The streets are saying Vini is cooked. The streets are saying that Vini is cooked, but I'm here to defend your boy Vini Jr. But we're going to talk, guys. We're going to talk about Real Madrid, Alonso's debut, Trent's debut. What has happened to Vini Jr.? People are saying that put some respect on the Saudi league. Madrid, did it really exist? And we'll just have like just a general review of what we thought about the Club World Cup and everything, and the Club World Cup so far. And we must also dip into some transfer news and also KJ, Kenny, all my Chelsea fans out there. He's going back to Kiev, bro. And we're gonna pop some bottles.
Madueke is for sale. The Guardian just reported Madueke is for sale. We're escaping HH. We're finally out.
Wait, hold on, KJ, you're lying. Is that he's for sale?
Yeah, the Guardian just reported he's for sale. They're gonna listen to offers, basically.
Let's
go.
Hold up. Where's? Oh my gosh, what the hell? Okay, there we go.
Come on, clap your hands.
Yeah, KJ, just one question. KJ, just one question.
And also, Jesus, you're keeping Scamcho. Scamcho is going straight back to United, okay? Yes, we have the receipts. J2S, I want to see Scamcho starting next. J2S, if I don't see Scamcho on the first time of the team against Arsenal, I'm going to be pissed. I want to see J2S. I want to see Scamcho doing like the hand. I want him to wear the armband.
He's going to Napoli.
Says who?
I don't know. Who said that?
Yeah, have you not seen it?
He's starting against Arsenal in a few months' time. He's starting against Arsenal.
Sure, they can't agree because of his massive salary.
Yeah, I know these Man U fans, you need to stop pushing this guy Nacho to Chelsea. And I know you guys are trying to get rid of him.
No, he's not going to Chelsea.
Get it? He'll go anyway, bro. So guys, shout out to the streets.
Who's going to pay for Madueke? Who's going to buy him?
Oh no, someone will, bro. Someone will,
No.
So shout out to everyone in the streets, but shout out to everyone in the streets. You're a Tommy Tornado, my Welsh brother. How you doing, baby? I for Discovery. I know you're a hater, but it is what it is, man. Nisha, what up, baby? My mods, what up? Give me a like. Remember, guys, like the video, subscribe if you're new. If there's anything you wish to add to the show, please feel free to send in a super chat. Your super chat and your debates keys go towards world peace. I have quit OnlyFans. I'm a reformed man. I've quit OnlyFans. All your money will now go towards world peace. Yeah. So, there's no, well, I don't know, half cap. All right. So here's the thing. Let's talk because I want to save Vini till afterwards. So let's talk Madrid now. KJ, does this performance by Real Madrid matter in the grand scheme of things, or should they be worried that the so-called Saudi league, they ran you close, and it seemed that it was a 50-50 game against a team from a league in which we dunk on?
I'll say a few things. First of all, this is not Madrid's strongest 11, so we do have to consider that. Their top goal scorer was missing. Even though the young kid up front did give a good account of himself. Right? He wasn't bad. He won man of the match, didn't he?
KJ, was this Al-Hilal's starting lineup, full starting lineup? Because I didn't see Mitrovic.
No, they didn't have Mitrovic. That's probably the...
Wait, hold on. We're repping Mitrovic? Wait.
How?
Or repping Mitrovic?
Bring up the goal tally in the Saudi Arabia League.
Bring up his numbers.
KJ, keep talking.
He is one of the main players.
He's going stat for stat with Ronaldo, man.
AJ, I'll say this. How do I put this? This isn't the average Saudi team, though. If you actually look for the team from top to bottom, this is a team full of guys who could, who have started the top European teams. Both fullbacks, Cancelo and Lodi, right? Atleti and City, right? Bono at Sevilla, Koulibaly at Chelsea and Napoli, SMS in attacking midfield at Lazio, Ruben Neves, and then Marcos Leonardo, who was mid today. But it's not it's a team that could probably give most European teams a run for their money. Let's be honest, right? So from that perspective, you can say that they shouldn't have gone into this game as overwhelming favorites. They definitely won, in my opinion. I'd say in the grand scheme of things, just to answer your question, no, this game is quite irrelevant. Okay. The second thing is,
I just want to so basically, you think it's wrong for us to expect Real Madrid to pimp slap Al-Hilal based on the players that Al-Hilal have?
AJ, I just named you. This is not the average Saudi team, though. This is not a. If they had bums who just spent all their lives in Saudi, I'd understand, but. Bono has been the best African goalkeeper the last 5-6 years.
Yep, very good keeper.
We can't act like this the average Saudi.
You two singer.
They didn't. This guy, man.
No, put some responsibility there. That guy's a quality. Wait, didn't he save Cristiano's penalty at that World Cup?
No, I'm just
In
saying.
2018.
No, I'm just saying. Which one is more famous, you two or the goalkeeper?
Goalkeeper. No one is checking for you two in
famous?
2025, bro. So yeah.
Bono's probably.
Are we sure?
But let's see. Anyways,
Old heads
yeah,
like you, I'm pretty sure you got a playlist.
No one is checking for 2027.
they
So okay,
are playing-
so you're saying that like
yeah.
this is 1-1, because I'm just looking at the people in the street. So 1-1 is a responsible result against Hilal.
HH, yes, because Hilal are a decent team. This is not a team full of bums. That's the first thing. The second thing is HH. This is quite a drastic style of play, right? In terms of the difference, right? Alonso is trying to play them a lot more possession based, a lot more structured, right? A lot more patterns in play, all that kind of stuff. I don't expect it all to gel within one game. That's the second thing. The third thing is, HH, they missed a penalty. They really could have won this game, but in the same token, they probably could have lost this game. If Al-Hilal had a Mitrovic,
Would you give that penalty?
Which one?
Remember, and also, and he had a great. So through our review, would you have given that as a penalty?
Hilal's penalty?
Yeah. No. Madrid's penalty.
Madrid's penalty. This is the thing, HH. Anywhere else on the field, that's probably a foul, right? Like if you put your arm across a player, anywhere else on the field, that's probably a foul, right? So in the box, it has to be a penalty if we're gonna apply that logic. I thought it was harsh. I probably wouldn't have given it, but based on the rules, it is probably a penalty. Like looking back on it, I was like, "Come on, no way you're gonna give that as a penalty." Also, HH, it was the time of the game, right? If Madrid had scored, we would have been like, "All right, that's an awful way to end this game." Because Hilal did, give a decent account of themselves. And like I said, if they had a Mitrovic up front instead of bloody Marcus Leonardo, they'd probably win this game. But yeah, I think that Madrid, HH is the first game. I don't think we should read too much into it. No Mbappe, new style of play, and again, they're not playing a bum side. They're actually playing an above average side. So HH, that team could probably compete for Serie.
No.
It probably could. No, honestly, I'm not joking.
KJ, the way things are going right now, I'd expect Al-Hilal to win the Serie. I'd expect them to win the Serie with that. So, like, basically, they'll be hot favorites to win this Serie.
That's fair.
KJ, again, I want to be respectful here.
Yeah.
Milan as announcing Luka Modric as a marquee signing.
Yes.
Modric, who turns 82 in a few days. That is AC Milan's marquee signing. So yes, Al-Hilal will be expected to win the Serie A.
I mean, the Serie is a league for the old.
A 37 in Serie A is really like a 30 in reality. Like honestly.
Okay, so hold on. Let me come. So Kenny, thoughts on the game, Kenny?
No, I think first half, like especially the first before the cooling break, I think Al-Hilal dominated. Like they were by far the better team, and I think they were hard done by not to have taken the lead. But yeah, obviously, I do think that the 1-1 draw, I think it was quite fortunate for Real Madrid. But I think second half they definitely they played better. I think the Goulet or Mikola, I think he was very good when he came on. Who else? That honestly, the guy that scored, that youngster, he was very good.
Is it Garcia or something?
Yeah, Garcia guy. It was really good. Honestly, the guy was probably the best player. But yeah, in general, I do think that second half, I do think probably Real Madrid were the better team. I think they could have scored opportunities. That penalty, I don't know what the referee was doing there. That's ridiculous to give a pen for that. I'm sorry, that's never a pen.
No, because the weird thing though is that initially he didn't give the penalty and he had a great view.
Yeah.
So my thing though is that what did the VAR guy say to him in the head when it's like he had a great view? He saw it and was like, "No, I'm not going to give it."
You cannot make your body bigger, bro. You cannot make your body bigger, and you know.
But Monta, I'm saying that the referee had a clear view. Why would he change his mind after he saw a clear view?
No. I mean, the only argument you guys can have it's about the soft penalty. But anyways, Kenny, carry on. I'll explain.
Kenny.
Personally, I think it was quite a soft pen. Obviously, the goalkeeper made the save. But second half, I do think Real Madrid probably they had opportunities there that they missed. But on the whole, I think it was a good game. I think Al-Hilal they have good players there. Like you see, like some of the names. You see, have like Bruno, a very good goalkeeper. You have
Milinkovic, Savic,
even the captain is actually, I think he's from Saudi Arabia, but he was very good. The left winger.
Yes.
Yeah. The captain, he was very good. But no, all in all, I think it was a good game. Obviously,
he won Player of the Year. He won Player of the Year in the Saudi League last year. He was very good.
But I still think that these were the two best team of the group, so I expect both of them to come out. But
Oh, sorry, I was also Jao Cancelo as well.
yeah, João Cancelo,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll talk on Vini as well.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah,
Monsar, talk to me. Monsar, talk to me.
Like talk to you about the game or penalty.
No. The game, just the game in general, and then we'll get to specifically about Vini after.
Sure. With regards to this game, bro, like HH, like we all know you're weak in mathematics, right? So you know.
Wait, hold up. Foil first, outer, inner, last. I was amazing at algebra, so relax. I'm
Respect
great at
me,
math.
Smallwood.
Continue.
Respect me, Smallwood, man.
Okay.
Yeah, respect
okay,
me,
what's-
small. Respect me, small.
Okay. What's A plus B the whole square?
Oh
If
my
you're
God.
amazing at
Okay, we're not going to do this right now. Okay, but let's continue. Continue.
That's fucking. If you're amazing in algebra, A plus B the whole square was. Give me the expansion.
But what's out? This is not half hope's maths hot. This is half hope football. Let's just stick to football.
Okay. So let's stick to this, right? So, with regards to this game, bro, H is like that was the thing, right? That's what I was trying to give an analogy, right? You know, before the examination, right? You know, you prepare 2-3 days before examination with new things which you don't know what to do, you know, like pretty much clueless. So that was happening with us, you know, positioning, like pretty much we didn't understood like what Xabi Alonso wants from us, like, you know, that we were clueless, like, you know, we was just rotating.
Look, it's the first game. It's the first game, you know.
No, I understand, but what I'm trying to say is that, like, you know, like as we grow in the game, especially in the second half, and especially introduction of Arda Güler, bro, that kid is next level in technique and like his touches. He can find out players, like his shooting. Like, I mean, since Kroos
Wait,
and
hold on.
Modric-
So I say now Rodrigo should start learning Arabic or Chinese if Güler starts to cook.
No, I don't think so. Like Güler is like direct competitor for Rodrigo's
Yeah,
position. He's like
it's more for the
of
midfield.
more of a right attacking midfielder or right side, you know, like in terms of midfield, right? So the position, I think so, should be worried. The player should be worried, in my opinion, like is Valverde, because that's Valverde's position, you know, where Arda Güler plays, like under Xabi Alonso. So we can clearly see like what Xabi wants, you know, from us, like pretty much. Then back three, Tchouaméni goes back to the like center back position and everything, right? So that was pretty well, right? And it was clicking, you know, slowly and steady. But like, you know, as we know that in Simone Inzaghi, bro, this guy is like, you know, defensive tactician, and he closed all the channels, bro. There was no way. And top of the weather, I mean, like the weather is really exhausting, HH. Like you need to understand, like Bellingham. Then you have Vinicius, like especially Bellingham and all these European players. They're not used to playing like, you know, Miami weather. You know what I mean? So that was really like, you know, I mean, frustrating to see from the players, and especially like I was expecting more from player like Tchouaméni in this game. But I feel like he was hiding when he was in midfield, bro. He was hiding. He was not taking like initiative, like responsibility to come drop deep, you know, I mean, build up play. That was which we were missing in the first half. And that was like Xabi Alonso pretty much, you know, kick out Raul Asensio and put him there. And that was like, we're getting better. Now, with regards to the penalty, bro, HH, by the book of like, you know, by the book, it's pen, because you cannot make your body bigger. And there was a momentum from the players from the back, right? I know he was going for the ball. I mean, the defender, but come on, that's a body part. That's a very soft foul. So if it's outside of the box, if it's foul, it's foul. You know what I mean? So that was my take. And like for me, especially from a fullback point of view, I feel Trent was clueless in this game. He was just spamming crosses, because he didn't understand, like, you know, okay, what's my role? What's like, you know, I mean, the other player's role. And with regards to our fullback, right? That guy, like Fran Garcia is ass, bro. I mean, he can.
We know this, bro.
Yeah, Fran Garcia's ass. I'm surprised, like, not surprised. Sorry, I'm happy the way Dean Huijsen played into this game, bro. I mean, his supply from the back is pinpoint, bro. I mean, that guy is like,
and he's only 20, bro. He's only 20, so that's not the guy for the future.
Yeah, that guy is for future, and I was expecting more from Vinicius and Rodrigo in this game, which they have let us down in this game, especially Vinicius.
Okay, so let me bring in Jace. So Jace, thoughts on the game overall? J2S. All right, hold on. Let me get this good. So shout out to your boy Ami, man. Memphis, thank you for the membership, man. Not getting a win over Sandins FC is crazy. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna refer back to KJ. On the surface, oh my gosh, you can't beat Al-Hilal. Then you realize that Koulibaly, Ruben Neves, Milinkovic-Savic, João Cancelo, these are all guys who would be starters in many top elite teams.
And there multiple Asian champions? I don't know, like Champions League. Like,
No. Okay, no. Monta. Even if they were, but they didn't have any names, you should destroy them. But the fact that they have these players who would start in Ruben Neves just played the Nations League final. Milinkovic-Savic is a top international who would walk into most first teams right now. So the players on display there are very top quality players.
You still expect Real Madrid to beat them, but it's not like it was always going to be a tough game. I don't think we're going to win.
Kenny, should you, based on this is Alonso's first game, Mbappe, and it's a radically new formation?
It was Inzaghi's first game for how it has. So, and honestly, even without Mbappe, I still think like Real Madrid, they had their play. And you saw in the second half when they started getting into it, they were the better teams.
Well, Kenny, we're going to talk about a big reason why not. But shout out to your boy Talent FC. Thiago Motas, Xabi Alonso sacked by match. Okay, but before we move to the next thing, Muntaha. So again, rest in peace, our dear friend. What's it called? Domad, who decided to unsubscribe and called me a loser in the DM. Do you think that
I don't know what's happening between?
No, long story. So, do you think Alonso is a rep, and do you think he'll last? Because some Madrid fans said that he'll be sacked by Christmas and he won't last the season. Do you think Xabi Alonso will last?
Like for me, he's too of a modern manager. You know, like he's not like for us. Like we as a Real Madrid club, we love players to express ourselves, on field. So like we are not like we don't like to function in a robotic system like Pep, right? I'm not saying Pep system is bad. I mean it's good for certain clubs like Man City, like they're flourishing under Pep, right? But for Real Madrid, like that's the point, right? Like you need to give like freedom, like certain attackers like Mbappe, you have Vinicius, you have Rodrigo's there. Who knows? Like the new signing Mastantuano, even he needs like to express himself and like. The way he wants to control each and every pieces in the dressing room, that's like a very big question, man. Like, I mean, only time can tell.
So basically, you're saying that you have reservations then. That's you don't. So you think that he's a bad fit for Real Madrid?
For all the things. Like, I don't buy everything from Xabi Alonso. Like I understand like him as a tactician. He's like a brilliant tactician. He's like a very good manager in terms of management. But he wants to do micromanagement, of our players. So I don't think so. Like it can work out in the long run. Could be 2 seasons. Yeah. But like this season, what I'm expecting, honestly, I'm expecting just fucking La Liga, bro. I'm expecting La Liga. I'm not expecting Champions League.
KJ, do you think Alonso is the right man, or is it too early to say?
AJ, I think we had this debate a few weeks back. I said, do philosophy merchants work at Madrid? And I think some of the people on the panel said Alonso is not exactly a philosophy merchant in the sense that.
But he's a modern manager, though. He is a modern manager.
He has a preferred style of play, but he doesn't. But he's willing to adapt that. His tactical flexibility. But let's say the idea is still he has an objective way of wanting to play football, right? My thing with Alonso is this. History is not on his side.
Can I add a quick point to your discussion? Yeah, like for me, that's what I believe KJ is trying to say is that you need to add your tactical input rather than a system. So, for example, tactics like to win certain games, and like instead of like putting the entire new system, into the club, which that's the thing, that's the difference.
No. Sorry, quickly, KJ, before you go, KJ, you have to remember that. Yeah, Perez is the head honcho. And when you look at how Real Madrid have been ever since the Galacticos in the early 2000s, it's always been about the individuals. You have a blueprint, but the individuals. I don't think I've ever seen a Real Madrid team under the Perez stewardship where the manager has full control and it's a very rigid tactical system. Because remember, I think that's what Lopetegui tried to freaking do. And it didn't really work out for him and everything. But sorry, continue.
I think, first of all, Perez isn't going to be there forever. If I'm not mistaken, he probably has, 2 or 3 years left before he can't run for presidency anymore, or he's not going to run.
I thought you were going a different route, KJ.
Sorry.
J2S. No. KJ, ignore him. Keep talking.
And then that's the first thing. The second thing is HH. What is the average shelf life for a manager at a top European club in the first place? What, like 3 years if you're lucky? So the fact of the matter is, can Alonso be successful? Yes. Can he work long term? What's long term? 5 years? Probably not. After three, I imagine.
What's the average expectancy of a Madrid manager, bro? Isn't it like 3 years or 4 years?
Yeah, like
It's like
2 to 3 years.
It's like 2.5 years.
Honestly, three years is good. Is very good for
Exactly. So like not everyone is a Klopp or Guardiola, so stop expecting that. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
But the second thing is I think he can work. Whether it will work immediately, HH, I don't know. Whether they have the patience for that. Because HH, one of the things with trying to sort of drastically change the way a team can play is one, growing pains, but two, you might not be winning. So a Madrid expectation is to win whilst drastically changing the way they play and bringing in new players, right? And let's say building up the next great Madrid team. You know what I mean? So I think I don't know if he'll win immediately. I imagine no. I don't think they'll win the Champions League next year, and I don't think that's exclusively because of Alonso, though. I don't think it's exclusive. I think the squad still has some holes. That's the first thing. The second thing is, he has a Barcelona where Flick has been great this season, but we also know that Flick teams can also run out of energy. That's the first thing. They can run out of gas pretty quickly. So if that happens next year and they don't capitalize, and let's say an Atleti, unlikely unless they make some significant signings. But if
Wait. No. KJ. The same team that got bent over and four pieced a few days ago. That team with that cheerleading clown from Argentina.
KJ, ask HH this question. Who were his favourites for La Liga last season? Ask HH that question.
Who did you say was winning La Liga last year?
Barcelona. Now continue.
Shameless.
So continue.
HH, I do think they are making some signings, right? Particularly, I think Baina and Cardoso, who are La Liga rivals, who will improve them. I think defensively they need fullback reinforcements. Now to go from Theo Hernandez to Luca Dean to wanting to buy Robertson.
KJ, can you just being nice? Can you just respond to this comments real quick? Being nice.
Which one? Mega's comment?
Yeah.
So give Xabi Alonso time, but Amorim gets the sack. Well,
where did United finish last season?
15th, right? Yeah, but no, it's not.
And also, here's the thing as well. I'm one of those guys. I'm one of those guys that said, look, Amorim, he shouldn't be sacked, but I would understand if he got sacked.
Yeah, exactly. That's fair. That's a fair thing. Madrid, HH. What is Fiorentina's expectation for Alonso this year? Is it to be closer to Barcelona?
Really good question.
Is it to be closer to Barcelona? Is it to get the Champions League back? Right? Because HH, I think let's say he gets a semi-final, right, and he's close to Barcelona. I think he probably gives him, what's his name? Fiorentino probably gives him another season. Let's be real, and I think that's reasonable. Okay, we don't expect. So
if let's say he comes second, trophyless. Let's say he does something similar to Ancelotti, UCL semis, Copa del Rey finalist, and comes second.
No way.
I think it depends what happens during the season, though.
Copa del Rey, losing final to Barcelona again.
Yes. Madrid never won the Copa del Rey. That's the first.
No, wait, losing to Barcelona final again in the Copa del Rey final, and then going trophyless. That's what you're saying.
I don't think that's his.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Would he be sacked?
No.
100%. No. If he went, okay, let me tell you. Like to be honest, it's like based on pressure and Spanish media too. So if you lose to Barcelona again, the final, the way Ancelotti lost, like I'm just giving the context of last season Ancelotti, right? If he finished the season like Ancelotti, 100% sack. But let's say if it's close in title race, Champions League semi-final, like here and there, like I mean, like way better than last season, way better in terms of performance. I don't think so. I think he'll get one more season.
I'll say this. Winning one of those big two, because Copa del Rey, one, Madrid barely ever win it, and two, no one really gives a shit about it. But I think winning one of the big two probably does help him. Whether he'll do it, I don't think so. but I also don't think that not winning either one of them and getting close in both, I think probably gives him another season. I generally think so. I don't think Florentino, takes him out after one game, after one season.
Kenny, what are you saying about Alonso?
Yeah, obviously, I do think that is they changed the Ancelotti and the Zidanes over the past few years. He has a bit more of a set ideology or way he wants to play. But I do think, like I said, I was one that said that I don't think he's going to stick to that three at the back at Real Madrid. I do think he's going to be a bit more flexible. And I do think that if he wants to actually work out and achieve at Real Madrid, he has to be flexible. So, and the guy's still a young manager, so I do think, and if he's as smart as I think he's probably going to try to be flexible and stuff like that. But like I said, for me, it's Real Madrid. Like you don't have time at that club. Like if it doesn't start well, or depending on how the season goes, he might get sacked. Because as much as you want to say, yeah, if he doesn't win stuff, when right now they're buying, you bought Oysen, you got Trent, they might be buying a new left back. Like, their objective this season is is probably to win at least one of either La Liga or the Champions League. Like if he has a season similar to like a Carlo, like I said, depending on how they lose, maybe if they lose to a Barcelona again in the final.
So what would be the scenario where he'd be sacked at the end of the first season?
I think if he goes trophyless, and depending on how the league season goes, I think he could get sacked. I think he probably would get sacked. And also the thing as well, it depends on other managers that might become available as well. That's the thing. If certain guys become available, maybe after a World Cup year and stuff like that. So it all depends on that. But you don't have time, especially in clubs like Real Madrid. You don't get given time. You have to perform immediately. So I do think he has the capabilities, but
I just think it's just that my worry is that I think what he's doing requires time, and I don't think that time exists.
Yeah,
that's my thing. Because look, we could come next season and these guys are cooking. Mbappe is doing and everything. But my thing though is,
hey, can I give you a scenario?
What's the scenario?
Which is more likely, it happened in 2023, so it's more likely, can happen in this way, like reaching semi-final of Champions Leagues, close distance with Barcelona or Atleti in League and winning Copa del Rey. That what happened in 2023, and Ancelotti was given one more season, right? Based on that. So if Xabi does that bare minimum, if he does that, I think so he will get a chance.
Yeah, I do think if he gets a Copa and, like you said, quite close race. I think maybe it might depend on the way, like the type of performances as well.
Do you actually agree with this poll? Do you think the bare minimum is he has to win a trophy, either the league or the UCL? He has to win a trophy.
Yes, that should be that. When you're Real Madrid, the team he has, the squad he has, that's the expectation.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember in 2010-11 season, right? Mourinho's hype. Mourinho joined. What he won in 10-11 season, right? In fact, we lost 5-0 to Barcelona. That's historical.
Wait. So Mourinho only won the Del Rey in 10-11, or was it trophyless in 10-11?
No, 10-11 we won Copa del Rey.
Yeah. That was when Bale went off the pitch and scored a goal.
That was the Ronaldo header.
Yeah. Yep.
But which was the final where Bale went off the pitch against Bartra?
No,
that was 14. That was 14. That was Bale's first.
Sorry. Yes, 13-14.
Yeah, I don't think Mourinho was not.
No, he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't.
That was Ancelotti's first season, both. Season.
So you're saying that if Alonso doesn't win the league or the UCL, I just want to know. So if Alonso doesn't win the league or the UCL, he'll be sacked.
No.
It depends on the fashion you do it.
Yeah, it depends in the fashion.
Questions will be asked at that point.
If he gets to the Champions League semi-final and loses the league by 5 points, he's probably not getting sacked.
No, but I think it depends how it happens. And if he doesn't win either of those, if he doesn't win either of those, like his job would be put into question. So like basically, he's going to be in like a no, it's not going to be a secure like job. But I do think that depending on performance, like if he wins a Copa del Rey and performance improve on last season, I do think that they will probably give him an extra season. But that season, he better start off like really like there will be no excuse that second season then.
HH,
You know
if
what,
Klopp
HH,
becomes
you know what,
available
HH,
next summer, is he
KJ,
getting
what?
sacked if he wins nothing? If Klopp becomes available?
I think so, bro.
Mutaya
like,
can tell me, because he's a Madrid fan. Would Klopp work at Madrid? That's one thing. Would Klopp work
Look,
at Madrid?
no, HH, I have a question for you, right? Because you as an outsider, right? Because like, let's say you don't watch that much Spanish football and everything, but you just watch like Champions League in terms of like, watching big teams, right? So I have a question for you, right? So you as a great football analyst, what's your prediction is going to happen with Xabi Alonso at Madrid? Like, I want to hear what you say. What's your intake on it?
Okay, if no more transfers, if no more transfers are made, if this is the team and he gets no more transfers specifically, if there's no Modric, so there's no controller midfielder bot, there's no striker.
Mbappe is the striker. That's
Yeah, they're not buying a striker.
No, striker. As in, if they don't get
they're not
an
buying a
actual
striker.
striker.
They're not buying a striker.
Okay, fine. Okay, cool. Wait, hold on, cool. Then I'm I'm saying right now. Then I believe I can't see these guys winning the league, man. Like and when it will come close, I'm not sure they can. I'm not sure Alonso wins the league this first season.
But do remember this. Do remember this. Like injuries, like injured players are gonna be back. Rudiger will be back. Like Kamavinga will be back. Militao will be back like this season. So there are a lot of players who are gonna be back, right? Like veterans, right? So it's not gonna be like
can you count on these guys? Like guys like Militao.
I'll tell you right now.
Discount all the veterans, right? You can out of 4 veterans, you can discount. Oh, none of these 4 gonna work. At least one will work. Like
I know. But basically, I'll tell you right now. That's why I'm so fascinated by next season. I generally don't know what's going to happen. Like, I'll tell you one thing. I will be shocked if he gets sacked. I believe at the very least, he'll have another season. I will be shocked if he doesn't finish the season or he gets sacked at the end of the season. Then I'll be shocked.
So I think
he'll do.
Give me a prediction. Derek.
Money makes his back to his issues.
Oh, sorry.
You said it was
okay. J2S, get your freaking hand off that recorder right now. Don't say they're recording because I know you're gonna try and bring this back. Back in the yesterday, yeah, you're a freaking prick.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay, I'm gonna say UCL semi. They'll come second in the league, and I'm gonna say.
Within how many points? Within how many points of Barca will they come?
I'll say like 4 points.
I would say
that's a good receipt.
I'll say 4 points.
Can I talk on Madrid?
Who have they beat in the Copa del Rey final?
Just quickly and check.
You know their Copa del Rey record over the last like 30 years?
No,
Actually, no, Mr. Sri. I don't give a damn. I have no freaking guys. Nobody right now can make a prediction as to what's going to happen next season with Alonso and Real Madrid. I have no freaking idea because I told you we need to first get into Vini. I told you. Wait, hold on, there is a Vini problem we need to talk about, which is extremely key to this whole prediction of what happened with Alonso. Because if that Vini problem doesn't arise.
If you're that great analyst, like you should get prediction. Like why are you afraid?
Like he's not
no, because of this. No. Hey, Elton, relax. Oh no. Okay, that's okay. My thing is. Okay, but okay. You want the real? You want the real? You know.
I want real. Yeah.
I'm saying yeah. I see trophyless. Real doing anything next season.
Back to back.
Sabasi.
I will be there for that.
Yes,
hold on. Sabasi, that's messed up.
Oh, this is
not even the Super Cup. Not even the.
Thanks.
I do think they'll win the. Not even the Super Cup. Not even the Spanish Super Cup or
incoming Madrid's first treble.
Oh yeah, no. Come on. Does that count? Spanish Super Cup, does that count? No, come on.
I mean, let's bro. Let's bro. I do think if
you trying to reverse things.
No. Look,
So Hazel, you said it like trophy last season.
Pape doesn't
You said
need me.
trophy
Okay,
last season,
wait, hold on.
Trophyless, bro,
Sebastian,
that means they're winning everything. Oh
I'm
my
saving up
days.
my wizardry powers for next summer because I need that second WC. I need that second WC.
HH said trophyless. Madrid are winning everything next year. Oh my days.
Yeah, they're winning
Hold on. Bro,
this guy, man.
Bro, if Real Madrid win their first treble next season, J2S, I will literally cut your head off if you play this receipts right now. If Real win the treble next season, their very first treble next season.
Be surprised though. This is what we do.
No. J2S, even I will be shocked if that happens, bro.
That's what we do.
Okay. So Sebastian, as an unverified, unpaid, unofficial Bundesliga correspondent, how long do you think, from what Xabi Alonso did in Bundesliga with the Bayer Leverkusen?
Yeah, and just quickly cut a mic off and just talk about Bellingham.
No,
Talk about Bellingham. Just cut off the mic.
The problem, he had better midfield players at Leverkusen.
Here we go.
And he got backed up. That midfield in Madrid, it's fucking dog shit. it is. It is just no balance at all.
You said
you don't need a Trent if you have Carvajal. I don't know what about Trent. I'm not the midfielder. By Stiller, I think he would do great things for Madrid. Or any other good midfielder who can control the game, because it's a mess. It's all more midfield problem than a tech or defense problem. If it's all the players Xabi gets, they're in trouble. They need to buy, and they need to buy quickly.
No. That midfield worries me. That midfield worries me.
Antonio does not fix their midfield issue.
No, bro, the guys are young. Wait, hold on.
These guys are bench player. Like, what we talking?
Do you know that these guys? Do you know these guys have just replaced Modric and Toni Kroos?
No, Modric's still playing. That's the replacement.
It doesn't seem like they want to bring Nico Pass back.
Still has like 30 million.
Wait. Okay, Sebastian. So are you saying that? Okay, no, Sebastian. Quick question. Does Alonso finish the season with Real Madrid, or does he get sacked at the end of the season?
I think even if he goes trophyless, they're not sacking him. They're waiting for the next season. I think next season they're gonna buy a striker. I think.
If Klopp becomes and Rodrigo's gonna get sold,
either Vini Jr. or Rodrigo are both getting sold. Let's face it.
Wait, who?
Vini or Rodrigo
or Rodrigo.
One of them, I imagine, probably leaves next summer.
Vini just extended it. Vini is not going anywhere.
Are we saying?
Hold up. Speak to that. Wait, let me congratulate. Shout to your boy Timothy B. The Hilal players, no excuse. PSG murders this team.
PSG are the best team in the world.
Team in the world by a distance.
Wait, does anybody know whether it was the same temperature? Wait, where were PSG playing? Does anyone know the stadium?
California.
LA.
Okay. So no excuse. No excuse about that. All right. Okay, guys, here we are.
The manager as well.
I mean, Miami is period.
Yes, Luis Enrique was like walking bare feet on the grass, man. So, guys,
I'm saying it's Zaghi for Al-Hilal as well. So
okay, let me ask this: are we seeing the decline of Vini, or are we being too reactionary?
Reactionary.
Yeah,
I mean,
this
season so it's just carrying on.
Yeah,
this season.
Wait. Kerry saying this season will be 10 times what?
No, this season is make or break.
Investigation.
Oh, okay. We have to judge him based on this coming season.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility he peaks at 24?
Last season was
Is there
a bad
possibility
season.
he peaks at 24? Is that a possibility, or you're not entertaining that?
Maybe.
There's a possibility he's already peaked, HH. Like generally, those 3 years he had before this.
That's. You see, okay. Do you know why that's crazy? We all agree that your peak years are 26, 27, 28. And we've now seen today, dieting and everything, in our carries on to your 30s right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me an example of another player who peaked at 2024 and jumped off a cliff without injury, without having a major injury.
Respective to position. Mbappe, I think probably.
Leroy Sané.
Leroy Sané.
Oh, yes.
No, he
Did he have
have
it? Wait, hold on. Did he have a
an
peak?
injury. No.
Yes, he
he
did.
did. Well,
That's
no.
it's crazy.
That's second year
Didn't
City.
he
That's
have an
second year
injury
City.
before he joined Bayern?
HH, do you remember 18-19 City?
Yeah, that
Sané
boy,
was
he
ridiculous.
He
He was one of the best
insane,
wingers in the world.
Oh yeah,
he
because
was
when he scored that winning goal.
Didn't he
No, but
have...
to be honest,
Okay.
I think
Oh no, sorry, no. Torres had an
He never
injury.
had the
He had an injury. Like before he joined Chelsea, he had an injury. So
My thing with Sané is he never had it upstairs in terms of mentality. That's why Pep let him go.
Jesus.
He never had the mentality. He never had it. It's very simple. He has the talent. He just doesn't.
oh
have it
no.
upstairs.
When they said upstairs, I said like the guy
No.
was he said he was
No,
dumb.
he
No, he just doesn't
doesn't
have
have
it
it.
No, you have to drop the Infantino clip.
IQ football.
Well-
IQ.
Right. So you were saying, okay. So thinking of one last like 5.
Today I feel gay.
Did you say?
You said the last 5-10 years, players who have been derailed.
Oh no,
by
okay, it's
injury
massive
at
issue.
the
It's massive issue. Okay, yeah. What you say?
I can't think of one. The trouble is, HH, how many players like Vini, right, have been at the top of their game, right, and had a player like Mbappe come into their team to disrupt it? Like, how many times has that happened? Like a guy.
Wait, hold on. I think Mbappe is the reason why Vini has declined.
I'm not saying that, but he's an element of it because Vini just has less time on the ball with Mbappe in his team.
There's a correlation between the two. The one
There is an
I'm
element.
sorry.
I'm not saying
JS. I have two clips of it. It's the African. Hey, JS, if you think for 1 second I'm cutting the disabled, you must be out of your mind. I'm paying
There is
you.
another clip
That's
from that
There's
video as
no
well.
way Infantino said that.
No, there was another
I'm
clip.
sorry.
Today I
feel
feel,
disabled.
and then it's him like in boys.
No,
Oh, what? You said
I'm
that
looking
was
this
disabled.
up. There's no way he said that.
Nah, there's no way he
Because
said
I'm
that.
saying-
Guys
No
are
way he
lying.
said that.
But like,
No way he said that.
I was wondering how does someone say today I feel gay? So you're
No, but
saying
AJ
that today you can feel gay, tomorrow you cannot feel.
No, but actually, there's a meme where he does the whole thing. He's like, "Oh, I'm gay. I'm disabled. I'm what's it called? I'm black."
Saudi.
And someone said this is the greatest DEI hire of all time.
Okay, wait, hold on. So KJ, so you're saying that Vini can still cook, man?
He can still cook, but whether we're gonna have the Ballon d'Or season, Vini, I doubt that. That's the first thing. The second thing is, like I said, Mbappe coming in. What you have to understand is, systems can either do two things. They can either supercharge a player's ability, numbers because of the high chance creation, or like a Klopp system does, or they can take away the individuality that makes a player so great. So Vini coming in, it's not only the fact that Mbappe has come in now, but it's also the fact that he's not under let the ball manager like Ancelotti. Like one of the reasons why he's so good, and we love him so much, is because he has like the flair side of the game, but also he gradually got the numbers over the 3 seasons before Mbappe came. So the fact of the matter is, now that he's in a different system where there's different responsibilities, where the manager's probably going to ask him to track back more, right? Let's be honest. What's his name? Pressing, right? Not say he didn't press before, but the demands of Alonso's system, if he is going to last in the long term, are different to what Ancelotti does. So the fact of the matter is, to see the Ballon d'Or season Vini again, I wouldn't be surprised if that never comes back because of partly.
Okay. Are you saying that he's going to be worse under Alonso, or do you think Alonso can improve and maybe give us another aspect of Vini? Or does Vini need Daddy Carlo?
That Ballon d'Or season, what is it? What is the deficiency in Vini's game from that season? Like if we're talking, we're talking about him being the best player in the world for a reason.
Yeah,
because there was practically no faults to his game.
No. He was super efficient.
Exactly. So he was efficient, but he also, completed a high number of dribbles, and he was also creatively. He's not bad. I'm not saying
no. Because here's KJ. This was has been worried. I get it's Club World Cup. I get him. He talks about crap.
Yeah.
KJ, we all agree that João Cancelo is a very talented football player.
No, great.
João Cancelo is a trash defender.
Going forward, he's
Vini, you couldn't make one successful dribble against João Cancelo.
That is a worry, right? And like we said, he didn't
In
have
the
the best
South
of seasons.
League, not the
He didn't have the best of seasons, particularly towards the end of the season. So what he needs to do is effectively recharge, right, and go again. But he hasn't been given the chance because he has to play these Club World Cup games. So the fact of the matter is, you either have to wait for Alonso to bring it out of him, right? Wait for him to pick it up himself, right? Or accept that Ballon d'Or season Vini's probably not coming back. It's one of those three things. So we have to wait and see to an extent. But to ship him off, I think is incorrect at this moment in time because even if Madrid do sell him, who do they get to replace him? Like, come on.
Let me come to Muntad, then I'll come to you. what's it called? Moneymates and then Ahmed and then G-Swiss. Munta.
It's on
Vini.
Vinicius, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I mean, like, I kind of agree with what just KJ said. Like, in terms of stats, those numbers for the Ballon d'Or season, bro, that was crazy from Vinicius, right? And especially
And he was
those
clutch.
clutch and individual performances, right? What I see from Xabi Alonso is that I think so he's gonna put now Mbappe more towards the left. I feel like that, and I think so. Rodrigo will have a bigger role in the team than Vinicius.
Okay, so he who puts Vini straight the middle as a striker.
No, I don't see middle. I see him on the bench. If it's Harry,
What?
I see him on the bench.
I see him on the bench.
No, bro.
No, what's that? No. What do I see? No, say you can't. When you say I see no, but I just say he'll be on the bench. You can't say when you say I see him on the right wing or in the middle. I see him on the bench. But that's crazy. You can't just say I see him on the bench.
No. And I'll tell you why. Okay, out of those front three, right? Who has the most output last season? Let's be honest. It's Mbappe. If the guy is giving you 42 Gs in a season, bro, I mean, that's too much to ignore, bro. Like, yes, I respect Vinicius' individual ability, kind of thing. He can bring dribbles, those kind of havoc he caused to the opposition back four. You know, I get it. I truly get it. But those numbers, like, it's serious business, bro, HH. And especially to save his ass for a manager, like, if you want to save his ass, do you think he's going to, like, you know, like, come on. Let those 42 Gs go.
No.
Or 50 Gs.
Okay. So you think that Alonso is going to bench him? Would you agree with that? You personally? Because benching Vini is crazy based on what Vini has done for them. That's crazy.
Bro, like, you know, I won't mind because if it's betterment of a team, let's be honest, right? If did you hear what Alonso said in his press conference? He said that I want to see all my attackers, especially each and every one, to press the hell out of the opposition. And to be honest, the way I see Vinicius not pressing with, like, you know, with 100% conviction, you know, like those kind of things, those small things makes a big difference, bro, HH. Like, and especially play like Mbappe, who's giving you fucking 42 Gs, bro. How you can ignore that? That's crazy. Yeah, look at the bigger picture, bro. Okay, I understand the emotion, the contribution. He could be tool like in Champions League in different setup, in different formation. I'm just saying, but if it's just 4-3-3, and if it's left-sided, and if Vinicius is not giving performance in first 2 months, I think he'll be on bench. Yeah.
Money talk to me.
You know, the thing is, I watched today's game. Today's game was a good game. Al-Hilal played really well, you know. I mean, for Vini, listen, I'm not going to lie. I didn't think I'd ever see a Ballon d'Or candidate in a year's time getting outperformed by Salim El-Dosari. Like, listen, shout out to El-Dosari.
Yeah, come on. Don't just say his name like that. Shout out to him. The guy's a baller.
Scored in the World Cup. Come on,
scored in the World Cup.
But a Ballon d'Or candidate shouldn't be getting outplayed by El-Dosari. And the thing is that, listen, I can have a go at him. I don't think he's been that good this year, but I more so blame Madrid's squad assembly. Like, they're playing a front three of 3 forwards whose best position is all on the left-hand side. So 2 of these guys are playing out of position. Like, even though Mbappe is playing in the striker position, he's not a striker. Mbappe is a left winger. He drifts out to the left-hand side. So, and the thing is that for Vini, he's got to perform back to that Ballon d'Or season to cement himself on the left-hand side, because the way Xabi Alonso has been talking, he's talking as if Endrick and Arda Güler are going to get a lot more playing time than they did last season. That was something that Real Madrid fans voiced their concerns about. They were annoyed that Endrick didn't really get chances under Carlo. Arda Güler didn't really get chances under Carlo. Because when these 2 guys played, they did play well for Madrid, like Güler and Endrick. But the thing is that for Vini, I just think that with him, I think that Ballon d'Or season sort of got in his head, because then he starts to think, all right, now I have to do it again. Now I have to replicate that to try and win. And it's almost forcing the game a bit to sometimes. Like, you can't take on your man every single opportunity. You got to look for a pass. But every time he gets it, he wants to push it down the line, take him on. And sometimes,
no, I mean, but isn't that how he played though? When Ballon just that he was being successful with it. Basically, he's always been a high risk, high volume kind of a player where I'm just going to keep on going, even though I'm going to keep on going. But just that the rate of success was much higher and much effective during the Ballon d'Or season.
But you can see when someone's playing effortlessly, and you can see when someone's trying to force it. There's two different things, HH. Like in that season, Vini's just effortlessly going past people. He doesn't even have to think about it. Nowadays, it's all right. I gotta get past him. But sometimes you don't have to do that. Like, just move the ball past it. Like the ball's always going to move faster than a man. And I just think that he needs to simplify his game a bit more to then give himself the opportunity to take people on. Because if you
but my question is, like, do you think he works on that? Like, do you see this being helpful for Vini or not helpful? Alonso being here.
Here's the thing. In my opinion, under Alonso, one of that front three is getting sacrificed. All three of them will not be playing. That front three will not stay the same throughout the season. One of Goulet or Endrick will find their way into the team because Xabi Alonso will want more balance. It's up to Vinicius Jr. to make sure that he's not the one that's getting sacrificed. It's as simple as that.
So what's the front three then? Alonso, and what are the guys battling for positions then? So you're saying Goulet and Endrick. Okay, so you're saying Endrick will play as a striker.
No, I think if in my mind the two lineups I see is Endrick playing up front at some point during the season, then you figure out who the two wingers are, or Goulet playing on the right, then you figure out who's striker and left wing out of Rodrigo, Mbappe, and Vinicius. But one thing I know is that all three of them will not stay the same throughout the season. Xabi Alonso will be given the opportunity to figure out the squad and to play with the squad. Because if there's the one thing about Xabi Alonso, no player is bigger than the team at Leverkusen. He would drop anybody just to make sure that the team is playing the best they could. Patrick Schick, goal after goal after goal after goal, sat on the bench. He still sat on the bench for Leverkusen at times because that's how he does. Like, Leverkusen had so many players who performed well during that season, but not everyone's going to get game time because he has to think about the balance of the team. And I'm sorry, Madrid's squad assembly is bad. They have midfielders who all do the same thing. They have a front three whose favourite position is all on the left-hand side. So I almost think that this is Perez's fault why the squad looks like this. Because even then, even in the midfield, it's not sorted out. He's got to buy a midfielder who can control the game. Because you can't go into next season with Tchouaméni, Valverde, Bellingham, and Camavinga as your midfield four options.
Jesus.
So who is that? Who is that? They should have pushed harder. They're bringing Nico Paz back, and it's not Stiller. Stiller's a DM. That's not happening. So who is it?
But this is why I said I thought they made a mistake not trying to buy Zubimendi.
They should have.
They should have.
No, they made a mistake not pushing harder.
But Arsenal need him, don't they?
No, but you're Real Madrid. If you call Zubimendi, take him. Like,
yeah, he's gonna.
No. That's actually odd that Madrid did not really fight a lot harder for Zubimendi. Because my thing is, wait, are Madrid going to go next season without a midfielder? Like,
the plan is under Xabi. That's what I've been hearing from Spanish reports, right? It's like to Goulet to make it number 8, to convert Goulet number 8. That's the plan under Xabi. And Goulet is extremely talented, you know.
So hold on. So what's the formation that I'm not explaining? What's the formation?
4-3-3.
No, you could be like it could be any formation, but Goulet will be number 8 in the team. That's. But
I don't think Goulet should not be playing as a number 8.
Goulet's better up the pitch as a
winger.
Let's
He's physically too weak to play number 8.
No, he
has to play 10 on right
wing.
Yeah,
he's going to get bullied in that 8 position. And who's his partner going to be? Is it going to be Tchouaméni?
Money mentioned it to us. I think physically he's not as underwhelming as people say he is. I don't think he is.
All right, okay. So let's just say everyone is fit.
But KJ, to play in the 10, not the number 8.
Fair enough. Even the
number 8 is the heart of the midfield. Number 10, you can venture out. He wasn't
bad at the Euros, was he? He wasn't bad at the Euros as an 8.
But playing as an advanced midfielder.
No.
Like if he plays as the highest midfielder in the number 10, then I understand it. But not in the number 8. In the number 8 position, There's
No, but you
midfielders
need to
around in
understand.
football.
No, I put Rudiger.
I mean, his role will be more of like like
He has the passing range.
yeah, passing and like line breaker role.
Yeah, he has the passing range to be in.
Wait. Is it still Franny Man in the left? Who's the left?
As of now, let's say
Mendy.
Yeah, but no, we're signing. But as
Carreras,
of now, if you wanna put
AJ,
it
the left back from
Mendy.
Benfica. No, Carreras from Benfica.
Mendy.
yeah. You
He's
can put
never
Mendy,
fit.
Mendy
Mendy's
as
never
of
fit
now, but
though,
yeah,
is
we're
he?
gonna sign.
As of now.
Wait, how do you spell the Carreras?
Carreras.
I thought this
Where did I get that from? Carreras.
CH what?
No, CA.
This guy's Russell Carreras.
HH, can you tell me who this?
Correct.
The men's
team.
attack.
I think it's Carreras or Carreras.
Carreras.
So because you're saying so the midfield is going to be what?
HH, don't be surprised if Rudiger is on the bench and Chouamini will be in Rudiger's position.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so you're saying Goulet in the midfield.
Yeah, as a 10, I would play him.
RCM, bro.
No, they're talking about 8 though.
Oh, no. I'll move around. So okay, so and this is what Valverde.
Yeah, Bellingham.
Bellingham.
Wait,
Who sits in that midfield?
Federico.
Another thing you have to consider. No, another thing you have to consider.
Who's the deepest midfielder?
When does
Bellingham and Valverde.
Yeah, okay, wait. So
So
is this Valverde
the
gonna?
mistake you're making here
Yeah,
is that you put
Valverde
Rudiger
Valverde's going
there.
back to his natural position. We have to remember that. That's
Valverde's
basically a
not a
new
six.
midfielder. No, but that's basically a new midfielder though. Valverde coming back because he was playing right back because Vasquez was so garbage last year.
No, that midfield, that midfield, as Cage said, is diabolical.
That's getting ran through
bad.
again.
Yo, you did a midfielder, man.
Valverde in midfield, I think. AJ.
That's getting run through like a.
They could make it
That's
work.
getting ran through like a pawn train, basically.
Wait. Okay, so are you saying it's going to be this like this?
It's basically going to be Valverde as a new 6, AJ, if that's what you want.
Valverde new 6, bro.
He can do that role. I don't know why I'm acting like he can't, but he did do it with Modric.
Yeah, he can do it,
but that's
I don't know
low
if it's the ideal.
You know,
Yeah, but
we
you-
need to talk about
I mean,
Jude
it's supposed to
Bellingham.
give it to because Bellingham did it with Dortmund.
Wait. So who's in the front then? Who's this?
Rodrigo right wing.
Alonso didn't play with the lone 6.
Rodrigo.
No, Brahim does it right.
And then you're saying this is Vini or Endrick?
No, depends now. Could be Gonzalo
Samasi.
Garcia. Could be
Samasi.
Gonzalo Garcia.
What? Garcia.
Yeah, could be Gonzalo Garcia. We could sign like Budimir. Maybe it totally depends
Budimir.
on the number 9. Yeah, number 9. Yeah. No, we need target man, bro.
But Money relax, bro.
Budimir at Real Madrid, bro.
By the way, Money Miss.
available.
I know you don't watch La Liga. Do you know who Budimir was 3rd highest scorer in La Liga?
Yeah, we know he was.
No. Mohamed Mutsaha. A guy called, I know, with all due respect, a guy called Budimir can't be Real Madrid striker, bro.
Shout out to Osasuna, man. Shout out to Osasuna.
Kenny Mitchell.
Could be anyone.
I mean, play for them. What do you want to tell me? Play for Osasuna.
Hold on. Just quick.
Hold on. So Samasi, what are you saying that come to you, Money Mace? Samasi, what are you saying?
Xabi Alonso should have bought Patrick Schick with him when he went to
that might have made a lot of sense. He's got, 1 year left on his deal?
Yeah, he's cheap.
That would make a lot of sense.
He's good. He's solid.
What about Boniface?
Taking it off his strike over.
So it's basically, okay, what we're seeing here is Real's midfielder is cooked.
Mbappe is playing striker. Like, let's talk about this left
Because
wing.
HH, first of all,
No, Alonso. No, Kenny. If he's going to put Mbappe back as striker, he's smoking crack. Mbappe works best on the left, and also if you're saying Vini's going to be on the bench, then you can put Mbappe on the left. If Vini's going to be on the bench,
Vini is not going to be on no bench. Vini is not going to be on.
That's what Montalvo just said.
No, I said,
wait, hold on.
Things out of context, bro. I said if Vinicius performed very badly in the next 3 months, in that scenario, I said it.
Mbappe is starting as striker, man. We need to get this out of our heads.
Okay, wait, hold on. Money miss.
First of all, Muntaha, you are the biggest club in the world. I don't think the biggest club in the world should be striving to get Budimir as their striker.
It's about cost efficiency, though. They don't have the money for anyone.
I mean, certain people said Jose Lu couldn't win a Champions League.
It's like 20 million.
Ahmed, don't.
It's like that midfield, like
Money Maze,
It doesn't make sense.
Money
First
Maze,
of all,
like
you're taking away
Money Maze,
everything
I
good
thought
from
you have
Valverde's
IQ.
game by
Money Maze, hear
sticking
me out,
him in the
Money
six.
Maze, I thought you have IQ. I wasn't expecting like you're like hatred, bro. Of course, if Antoine Budimir we're gonna sign him, we're gonna sign him, put him on the bench. Of course, it's like a backup option, just a target.
Yeah, he's not starting,
He's
man.
not
It's a
gonna start.
cost-effective option. He's like what?
No,
like
but
8
why is
million
Mbappe
euros?
on the
IQ
left
than
then?
hatred, bro.
Why is Mbappe on the
No,
left?
okay, this one's who will Real's primary striker be for the next season?
But isn't Enzo the striker?
I had a dream Kane scored a
Wait,
very
wait,
be
it just
Mbappe.
doesn't make any sense.
I think they will buy
Wait,
some.
HH, you was
Wait,
HH, back to the midfield.
Okay, Money come to you, Jesus. Money.
Back to the midfield. First of all, sticking Valverde in the six is so illogical. You take away everything good about his game. The engine, the long shots, the ability to get up and down the pitch. You take that away from him playing in the six. He can't do that anymore because he has to sit. Because Bellingham has to get forward to try and score goals.
Yeah.
Goulet has to get forward to try and turn in the half space. So you're taking away everything good that Valverde does by sticking him in the six. Valverde should either play in the 8 or not play in the team at all. Simple as that. But this is the problem with Madrid. The squad profiling is so bad that they're forcing guys in. Like, you're forcing that midfield. That midfield ain't winning nothing. Especially with Xabi Alonso, who wants to play a style of football, in his own words, that he said, when you switch on the TV, he wants people to say wow when they're watching Real Madrid. That midfield ain't wowing anyone. It's going to get cut through. Defensively, it's going to get cut through. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Jesus, what are you saying?
I mean, firstly, the whole strike situation. You were twerking over Mbappe winning the Golden Boot this year, and where did he play? No, where did he play?
And that shows you how great he is. No, Jesus, imagine if he actually played him on the left.
No. What's been his best output season? One of his best output seasons.
It's him
playing the striker. I promise you right now, if he goes on the left, he's not scoring 40 goals next season. I promise you.
Exactly.
That's not happening. That is not happening. I put my life on. He's never scoring 40 goals.
Exactly, because the striker is the focal point of the attack, so obviously he's gonna get all the attention. He's getting all the chances are going to Mbappe. Is Mbappe a chance creator in a team on the wing? No.
Yeah, you can definitely
He's an inside
score
forward.
goals from the wing.
He's more like an inside forward. He gets the goals.
Okay. So saying that then, so you don't believe that Vini is gonna play on the bench, that he will start on the left?
No. The front three next year with the same front three that played last year. All the three that are left wingers.
Jesus.
Rodrigo, Mbappe, Vini. That will be the front three.
No.
Xabi Alonso ain't dropping anyone. He ain't
They
dropping
should
anyone.
sell Rodrigo
Unless he gets really, really bad, then he'll drop someone. Like if Rodrigo's doing in stinkers game in, game out, and Vini's doing stinkers game in, game out.
So let me ask you, so do you think Vini and Mbappe can coexist?
Yes, they just won't be. You just won't get the bus, Vini.
They can, but they're not. If they coexist, they're not going to have the same. Like, when Vini had his season before Mbappe had turned up, it was one of his greatest output seasons. And then Mbappe last year, one of his greatest output seasons. Them together, they won't have the same greatest output seasons. One will do better than the other, obviously. That's what it will be. Like, they're both not going to get 20 goals in La Liga. Both of them together, no. It wouldn't work.
Somebody still needs to get dropped from that front three. If it's not Vini or Mbappe.
Yeah, it has to be. It's probably you would be Rodrigo.
Wait, if you're doing that front three and you look at that midfield, what is that midfield doing? What is the defensiveness in that midfield? There is none.
Well, but isn't you
can't have Valverde as the deepest midfielder? Does not work.
But that's actually funny though. Isn't this supposed to be the era of Camavinga and Chouameni? But I think the issue is that these guys just haven't lived up to.
Camavinga's
if we're going to be honest, Camavinga will start his midfield.
Robert Camavinga,
and I don't think Xabi is gonna be married to this 4-3-3 system. I think we're gonna try a couple different things in the first month or two. I don't think we're just gonna stick to 4-3-3 because I don't think that's the way forward for us.
But I don't think you'll go 3 back because you've got so many attackers.
I don't think so. But at the same time, if we do a front 3 and a 3 midfield, look at that midfield. We're getting ran through. Look at that front 3. They're not gonna do anything. That front 3 is the same thing we just had.
But the thing with I don't see him playing too. For me, they have too many midfielders. For me, basically, the thing is, for me, you have to sell one of Chouameni, Camavinga, and you probably have to sell one of these, and you have to sell one of them forwards.
Chouameni, Camavinga, and Jude was meant to be the next big midfield.
The thing with Chouameni is
but not kidding. People have hit it in the streets, and that's the key thing. Remember when Camavinga and Tchouaméni came through? What was supposed to happen? There were supposed to be understudies for Toni Kroos and Modric, and they were going to be eased in while shadowing Modric and Toni Kroos. So once they now leave, you've now been shadowed and you can be eased in. But for some reason, they just haven't lived up to.
Tchouaméni was more for Casemiro.
Wait, hold on. Kenny.
Tchouaméni was more for Casemiro to replace Casemiro in what it does.
But their midfield worked when Tchouaméni came in for Casemiro.
Yeah,
and it was Kroos, Modric,
they won the Champions League with Tchouaméni as like the DM. When you had Kroos and I think that basically the thing is, Tchouaméni is a Casemiro type. He's not a Kroos like deep line type guy. He's a destroyer.
He doesn't have the passing.
Yeah. He will play the simple pass forward, but you can't ask him to be dictating play and all that stuff. Just like obviously as of now, and like someone said, the midfield, there's too many. Let's be honest, most of the midfielders is PNP. Like they have a lot of dominant PNP, but on the ball, Valverde is not the greatest. Bellingham as well, Tchouaméni as well, even Camavinga. They're not like. And like personally, Tchouaméni for me, I would keep him because he can play centre back as well. He can do a job there in DM. For me,
are Madrid screwed if they don't have a proper Modric Toni Kroos replacement?
Basically, they have to sell Camavinga. He's a
basically, for me, they probably have to sell a Camavinga. I think a Camavinga, except if he decides to. They haven't buying a left back, so I don't even know if they would play him left back now. So it's like. Yeah, for me, they need to buy the link with that Steeler guy. Obviously, they're clearly looking for midfielders. They were looking at Enzo. They're looking for that Steeler guy at 6. But then now, if you buy that set 6, there's a lot of players there that might become maybe disgruntled and other stuff. And he is a World Cup here as well. So I don't know if maybe some of these guys might be looking for a door out. But yeah, you definitely they need more profiles, especially in midfield. Like. Right now, the midfield, there's too many guys of the same profile. You need something different in that midfield.
Yeah, like Bellingham, Goulet, they're fine for the 10, but you can't put them in the same midfield together. It's not going to work.
I'm not going to lie. You don't even need a world-class 6. You just need a 6 who can pass the ball.
Is Nico Paz a 6? I don't watch too much Serie A.
No, but Paz is more...
Paz is more of an 8.
Yeah, he's another one like the Goulet kind of thing.
That's what I meant. 8. Sorry, I meant is he an 8?
Yeah, he's AM/8, bro. He's like that kind of.
Wait, so someone asked. So Marcin Tuono plays on the right.
He's a right/attacking midfielder, man.
So that means so if you're going to put Goulet as a 10, that means he's not going to be doing battle with Rodrigo. And money miss. I was hearing that Arteta was trying to get down on all fours for Rodrigo. So
yeah, he was.
If he leaves, he's going to Bayern Munich. He's not coming to Arsenal, man. Like
there's even Brahim Diaz.
So even if Arteta twerks, he still won't.
There's also a level below a Bayern Munich, but the gap between Madrid and Bayern is closer than the gap between Liverpool.
KJ, to be fair, Bayern are getting rejected left, right, and centre.
Okay. If you're Rodrigo, hold on. If you're Rodrigo, do you stay on the fight for your place, or do you go to a place where you're guaranteed to be a starter?
I think he leaves because if you're not going to play on the left, what's the point?
He loves
for me, he should leave.
He deserves better, man. He doesn't.
That's the thing is, obviously, he says he likes Real Madrid, he loves the club, but on a personal level, I think
that mate, go. It's like
you have to push him out.
No, because I think Rodrigo. See, this is why you're being stupid though. How old is this Rodrigo now?
24,
I think.
24.
So basically, you are about to enter into your peak years. You can't keep being played out of position. You are never sniffing that left side. As long as Vini and Mbappe are there, you're not sniffing that left hand side.
You know what's the problem?
So therefore, you're never going to reach your potential if you're being played out of position.
You have the misconception that everyone that plays for Madrid cares about being the superstar. They care more about just being a part of this team and being somewhat of a part of this team.
Shouldn't you care about reaching your potential as a player?
If you're going to be a part, at least play in your own position.
No, but this is the thing.
Yeah.
You guys,
but it depends on the type of mentality you have as a player.
Rodrigo is finding this role, and he's always been for however many years it's been. Because for him, clinical football won't be Madrid. As long as he's playing up top, that's all he cares about. He doesn't care about winning the Ballon d'Or, and as long as he gets a good salary. Like this idea that every player wants to be the apex predator on their team, it makes no sense. Like
wait, KJ. So you're saying that all because I want to play in my strongest position, Therefore, I want to be the apex predator of my team.
No, but
I
this
just
is the
want to
thing,
play
this
in
is
my
Real
strongest
Madrid.
position.
But this is
You
but
can
this is
play
Real
left wing
Madrid.
for anyone.
You can
Doesn't
play-
have
you
to.
can-
You don't have. If he moves to Bayern Munich, he's still not the main man, but he can play on the left wing at least.
So
Yeah, but also, like,
because
they went
because
Champions
it
League.
doesn't make sense saying that like so you say that I have to now play in a position that is adverse to how I naturally play, but as long as I'm at Real Madrid, hey, it's all good. And
AJ,
also KJ,
that's
but
clearly
okay, KJ, here's the okay.
mentality.
What if this Mastantuono guy actually cooks and is actually really good? Then you're screwed.
AJ, the problem is you are looking at it what it should be. I'm talking about what it is. This guy does not care about leaving Madrid. I'm sorry. Like what you guys think is like you've been saying this for years. He probably could have left 2 or 3 years ago, right? If he pressed hard enough, he didn't sign extensions, right? If he's offered an extension tomorrow, AJ, he's signing it. Just to let you know,
But also, KJ,
right?
Perez as a sporting director, he doesn't care whether someone wants to leave or not. If you're not in his plans, he will get rid of you.
Oh, no,
Di
that's
Maria
fair. And
did not
Rodrigo-
want to leave.
And Rodrigo,
He
if someone
just
drops
shifted
So
Di Maria.
okay, but here's the thing.
offer for him
Wait,
tomorrow,
so is Rodrigo in Alonso's plans?
Yes, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I
For the
think,
meantime,
I think as of
yes.
now, yeah.
I think
Yes,
as of
he is,
now,
yeah.
everyone
They've
is.
said- they've
But that could
Yes,
easily change if
Yeah,
Goulet has a
confirmed,
good few months.
Yeah, exactly. I think
We have to
need
see
give-
how it goes first, right?
Wait,
Yeah,
hold
exactly. I
on.
think we need to give him
Hold on.
time.
Ahmed. I'm listening. Ahmed.
I think we need to give Alonso some time. And real quick, I didn't get to share my thoughts on the game, but
Yeah, go for it.
I think we might need to have an Inter Milan conversation because as a manager, as a coach myself, seeing Inzaghi implement a system this well, this quickly, and if Inter falls off next year, man, it's not an Inzaghi conversation. It's a Inter Milan being.
Wait, are you saying Koulibaly's better than Bastoni?
No. The competition we need to have. Oh, I mean, he played better than Bastoni.
Uncomfortable conversation.
The uncomfortable competition we need to have.
No, but Ahmed, but
No,
my
no.
thing, so because you're saying that baptism was due to old Itzhaks rather than Simone Inzaghi.
It's a very big conversation. And HH, listen, depending on what Inter does, we might have to say Inzaghi raised Inter's level, whereas some people say Inter raised his level. But Inter Milan, man, it's
But hold on, Ahmed, we can't be comparing Simone Inzaghi to Christian Shiva, bro. They found that guy from the road.
No. But what he's saying is
Respect you, come on.
Inzaghi hasn't.
No.
We were told Inzaghi's a free at the back guy. He's implemented a 4-2-3-1 already at Al-Hilal. He don't play
He's a
free at the
very
back.
flexible guy. Pause.
No, but even Alazzi, it wasn't. I feel like guys have this idea of managers because they play a certain system for one team.
Yeah.
That they just this guy. Even Conte for Napoli don't play.
What he does, he puts a system that suits the players the best. Like a free at the back ain't going to suit this Al-Hilal side.
He's basically Conte. He's like a warm-up version of Conte. Like no,
Yeah,
but like
I'm like, how are you gonna play for at the back when you have fullbacks like DeMarcos and
You just play a Walmart version.
That's
my
great.
fault.
KJ, mute your
but-
mic, man.
Let me chill.
So I'm gonna continue.
Then for me, for example, I'm a manager. I coach U18 teams. I've coached U17, whatever. And for Alonso, we can't expect him to come day one, match one, not even a friendly yet, and expect this to be how Real Madrid is going to look for the entire season and draw conclusions based off this. Al-Hilal played a good game. I think for Real Madrid, this is how Xabi Alonso is gonna figure things out.
So looking at the question, do you think Alonso needs a midfielder to work for next season, or do you think with the players he has, no more signings, he can cook with this team, or does he actually need a proper Vitinha type midfielder for this system to work?
If he wants to try to play 4-3-3, then he needs another midfielder. If he changes to something else like 4-2-3-1, you play a system like that, or maybe even a 4-4-2 diamond, then I think it's a different conversation. But if you're trying to play with 4-3-3, it's going to be difficult because Madrid, we don't really have that. Like, I mean, I don't think we've had that type of team since maybe 2017, 2018. We had to be able to play with three-man midfield like that. Because even when we had Tchouaméni, Modric, and Kroos playing, we always had Valverde playing as a pseudo midfielder. Valverde was always dropping in the midfield, so it was really a 4-4-2. So I think it's going to depend on the system, and I think there's going to be a lot of shuffling around the first month or two. He's going to try Vini on the left. He might try Mbappe on the left. He's going to try Mbappe as striker, and I think we'd have to draw conclusions based off of what we see.
So for you, based on the players, what do you think is the formation that works for Madrid?
It's tough, man, because I don't know who can go. Obviously, Mbappe's staying. Mbappe's not going to leave. Vini, I think didn't he just sign an extension?
Mm.
So it's tough to really for me to think about a way to play with this team.
Vinny hasn't signed an extension yet.
Maybe 4-4-2 diamond. Maybe I don't know who would be, or just a basic 4-4-2. Either way, I think those are the two styles.
So 4-4-2, and who are the two? So Vini and Mbappe as the top as the two top.
I mean, I think that would be the first attempt, and then if they don't work out, then you would try Endrick instead of Vini or Endrick instead of whoever is not performing well. The thing is, you have to adapt your system to what you have. We have Goulet, not Goulet. We have Tchouaméni, we have Valverde, we have Bellingham, we have Camavinga, we have midfielders. We have Goulet who can play in the middle. That's 5 midfielders that could play in the middle. So, given that midfield, I don't think it's right to play 4-3-3 because you're only going to play 3 of those midfielders. That's not the right approach. And then if you try to go with the same front 3 that Ancelotti was playing, then what's the point? We should have just kept Ancelotti.
Well, can we ask someone a quick question?
And we haven't even talked about Brahim Diaz.
Sorry. Didn't he play a lot of 4-2-3-1 at Leverkusen though? Samasi, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he have like Andrick and Xhaka at the base of his 4-2-3-1 at Leverkusen? Like, I don't think he's adverse to playing that.
Yeah, but the problem is that again, Xhaka's a midfielder. Like, you can say what you want about him in terms of his inconsistencies until he reached Leverkusen, but he's a midfielder with an elite passing range. Xhaka can find a forward pass. In that 2-man base, who for Madrid can do that?
Listen, Madrid they don't need an elite passing midfielder because I think based on what Ancelotti has done with no system for so long, I think we've been I think a lot of us have been overshadowed with how bad the midfield is. I think the midfield as a system has been horrendous. I think that the players individually, I think they can if Xabi Alonso does some possession style based game, I think the players can step up to that. It's just that they've been without a system for so long under Ancelotti that they
let the ballers
look so diabolical as Page's word, man. But yeah,
we can have a different conversation if Let the Ballers Ball wins Brazil World Cup. Then we can have that conversation.
Yeah.
He might be the real goal if he wants a World Cup.
Actually, that's actually a very good question. But here's is Let the Ballers Ball a system or is that just a cop out? And the players do everything.
Whatever that is.
No, actually, no. Okay. Look, this is what I say. No. Let the Ballers Ball. It is a system because it's a blueprint. Because you still need to do an element of coaching. Now, see, most systems are more rigid and much more micromanaging. But guys, let's be real. Let the Ballers Ball is actually what a lot of guys used to do when I was growing up. So a lot of teams in the 90s, whether it's 3-5-2, 4-4-2, was Let the Ballers Ball, i.e. general blueprints. But you players, I trust you, do what you have to do. I'm not going to overcoach you. So Let the Ballers Ball was actually the mainstay of football guys when I was growing up. But now we now got to micromanaging. So Let the Ballers Ball was actually what most guys did back in the day. But it's changed now.
Yeah, because there's loads of great footballers back in the day.
But players aren't even as good as...
No, see, that's it. Because individuals were so talented individually, you just trusted them that, bro, I know that this guy is going to play this role well. So I don't need to give him so much overconfidence because I know his ability is so good and I know his intelligence is so high. I don't need to micromanage him. I just know what he's going to do. I'm not going to give you a general blueprint. But within that blueprint, you're smart enough. You're intelligent enough. Do your thing.
As much as we say they were more talented, I do feel like coaching as one teams. If we renew, I think there's a reason why most coach nowadays you can't just be doing Let the Ballers Ball you need a set.
No. But see, Kenny. Now this is interesting though.
But you need elite players to do this.
No, here's the thing. Have the players gotten worse, or has coaching advanced where you're just not allowing the players to show their true ability without being overcoached?
I think he's way more. He's
the
way more
average player is better now than they were 15 years ago.
100%.
I think so.
Yes.
I genuinely think so.
Okay. So if average players are better now, why are we overcoaching them? Let them just freely interpret the game how they should if they're smart enough. Okay, wait, so hold on. Kenny and the money is Kenny.
Yeah, the average player is better now, but the thing is, as always, like I said, tactically and what you have to do on the pitch, there's way more let's be real, you have players have a lot more to think about and do nowadays than back then. I feel like back then it was pretty simple. You have your job to do. If you're a fullback, you defend or you overlap. Nowadays, like midfielders, right, fullbacks are asked to do so much stuff forwards. Like there's a certain level there's a certain level of IQ and tactics that players back then did not have. I'm not saying they were not. Like, obviously, that's how.
So Kenny, you're saying the players back then were stupid?
No, they were not stupid, but they were not. They were not asked. They were not asked. They were not.
Kenny, I heard the words lack IQ. So lack IQ includes they were dropped on their heads as a baby.
I'm not saying they lacked. I'm not saying they lacked IQ. I'm just saying they were asked to do way less back then than now. Now players, you have to. What the amount of stuff that a player has to do on the pitch is way more.
A goal-scoring winger wasn't a thing 20 years ago. No one cared if you get 20 goals a season as a winger.
Back then, your 4-4-2 guys, like, you go down the wing, you do that stuff. Even if you look at off the ball, the amount of stuff, like nowadays, like teams play a different way with the ball than without the ball. Like the system and the way you have to change between. Like it's way different nowadays.
Pressing as well. Pressing is a
pressing as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
so Mones, what are you saying? Mones?
Is it? I got the money.
No, I think I agree completely with Kenny. Like the average player, the reason why football looks worse is because your average player's got better, and now the average player is too close to the top player. So back in the day, Rio Ferdinand looks really sick as a centre back because he can play out from the back, and not many centre backs can do that. But now every centre back can play out from the back. So now you need a little bit more to stand out. So it's more difficult to stand out in this era because the average player's gotten better. Like, you're getting coached more. There's more tactics to make up for the skill gap. So the whole point of the skill gap is that coaches, they coach to make it better, to make it smaller. Because if you have 11 average players and you go out there and say, go ball out, the team with better players will just win things.
Yeah.
So if we all did a ballers ball out system and no one played tactics in football, Real Madrid would win every year, Manchester City would win every year, Barcelona would win every year because they all have the best players. But you need to make a system to bridge that gap, which is the problem. And like mid players nowadays, like they're so much more technically advanced, and the issue is that they don't really stand out.
So much more technically advanced.
HH, your goat Makelele. Listen, I know you like Makelele. Makelele would get frauded in this era of football. Technically, he'd have the ball robbed off of him in this era of football.
Okay. So it says someone like Luis Figo could not last in this era. Figo.
He might be cooked. He has not.
Figo would not be playing as a winger. Figo would definitely not be playing.
Okay. What would he play as then?
Attacking midfielder.
You're saying the central area.
No. But I said that. Figo would cook in this era, basically, based on how good it was. He'd cook.
No, not based off of that, but like. You're missing the point in terms of football. There are footballers who have been phased out of the current style of today's game because of how much faster it's gotten.
Ozil,
Riquelme. These players have gotten phased out of modern day football because modern day football. James Rodriguez. It's so fast and it's so quick that they're not given the opportunity to do the special things that they can do on the ball. Obviously, Riquelme and Ozil, like. If you give them the ability to play, they are better than any sort of player in football.
No. But do you know why I hate this convo? Because there's an assumption in this convo, and the assumption is players wouldn't be able to readjust. Hey, you're from the other era, you just wouldn't be able to readjust. So you're saying, okay, this is what's required of me. And now, here's the thing: some will not. But some will. But the assumption is every single player from a previous era just cannot readjust to the era of high press, high work rates, and more is required of you.
It's not readjust, but a certain style of player gets phased out of this period of the game. Your number 10s that are solely there to control the game and they do it in slow tempo, they're not allowed to play in today's game. Because today's game is all 100 miles per hour. It doesn't allow for technical players in that position.
So
they either get moved back deeper into the number 6.
So you're saying that a player who is good enough, smart enough, and can understand the game enough will not be able to still be effective. I anticipate this is where the tackle's coming from. This is where I need to position myself.
In that zone of the pitch, no. If Riquelme played in today's game, he's not a number 10. He gets moved back into the number 6. And he's controlling from that tempo of the pitch. So players in certain areas of the pitch get moved out of the game. Figo would not play as a wide midfielder because in today's game he'd get cooked for not having enough GA, so he'd play in a different position. But that's how football works, This is football today.
I find that word triggering, bro.
No, but it's just like
triggering, man.
Even if you look at these players, especially if you look at these players, like the off the ball work, these guys were able to just cheat and be left with, because when they get the ball, like you give them the ball, they'll cook for you. But
Kenny, is that wrong though, Kenny? What do we want to do? We want to win the game. If I say, you guys, you focus on working hard, but when I get the ball, I'm going to help us win the freaking game. All that matters, the end justifies the means. So when that's okay, we don't have to now work hard off the ball. Why?
No, but it's now
today's game, so you can't avoid someone not working.
Yeah, you cannot afford to have one guy to cheat.
You just need lose figure track back.
See,
football does today. Yeah, exactly. What he's going to have to do that in today's game.
An overlapping fullback.
Why?
An overlapping fullback with high
because the whole team is going to be tracking back except him.
So
you could afford to have a luxury.
You can't have 10 people track back and then there's one not doing
it. So that's you can't have a luxury player, even though this player can help us win the freaking game.
PSG just won a Champions League with 11 people that work
football
hard.
is cooked, man. Wait. Monimis, that's one freaking team, and I'm sorry, as good as PSG are, I'm taking Brazil 1998 over these guys. I'm taking Netherlands 2000 over these guys. Shout out to PSG.
Brazil 98 will lose 7-1. Brazil 98 will lose 7-1 to this PSG team. He's lazy. That
All right, look, let's go. KJ.
You want to know what's another problem? Because the average technical level of a player now is so much higher, right? Before, the DM didn't have to worry about a freaking centre-back playing a line-breaking pass like they do now. That's the first thing, right? The second thing is, right, the what you're asked to do as a defensive midfielder now, right, in the element of before you could get away with literally just intercepting and giving it to your 6, right? Now it's like the systems are so much more sophisticated that you need a player who can do more than that. So simply the demands are more. It's more difficult because you're asked to do more.
Sorry. I'm willing to accept these comments.
This is what we were saying.
I think this is a great middle ground. As in, like, so you agree that the very best players in the past cook the very best players now?
Yes, but
just say yes. Yes, just say yes.
Yes, no, but it is the
position.
No, but it is the gap. The gap between the average player and the best player would still be like it would still be very. It would not be as big as it was back then.
No, Kenny, that actually
basically the very best players in the 90s cook the very best players now. That's a fact.
No, they don't. In certain positions.
KJ,
not every position. It depends.
I'll say this, right?
HH, plug Messi and Ronaldo in the 90s. You're seeing your best defenders. They're not given life.
J2S, Messi.
Wait, hold on. You want to put Messi in the 90s where you had to kill someone to get a yellow card?
Wait, hold
on. Messi against Picturam Desiree Baresi, he's not sniffing 25. Put Messi in Picturam, he's not sniffing 25 G's a season. That's a fact. No. Defending in the 2010s was a freaking joke, bro. Messi in the 90s is not Messi and Cristiano are not sniffing 25 G's in Picturam. They're not sniffing 25. They're not sniffing 25 G's. Come on. Kenny, lie to me. Defending in the 2010s compared to defending in the 90s. Lie to me and tell me it's better.
Hold on.
It was freaking easy, bro.
Could you please
45 days a season?
Could you please explain what would happen in a midfield battle between Rodri and Makelele?
Makelele would use his smarts to be better than him. No, hold on. Wait, hold on. Monimus, forget that. No, Monimus, I'm saying to you right now that can we all agree that defending in the 90s was a lot harder than defending in the 2010s.
Say Gilberto Silva, man.
They were less demands to an extent, so that made it easier.
No, basically, all I'm saying though is that no player Messi and Cristiano are not getting 30 Gs in peak Serie.
Bro,
That's not
yes, they
happening.
are. Yes, they are.
No,
Yes, they are.
no, they're not. No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. Now you're lying. They're not sniffing 25 in peak Serie, bro. Nah, it's not happening. Wait, so hold on. Can you continue? Because
HH, name me the centre back duo for Lecce in the 90s.
Yeah, that's a good
question. Who cares about? I'm talking about the
you
peak
faced
teams.
19 teams. No, but
there's only 4 good teams back then, really.
Like on average, I don't care what's good. Tweedledum. The average defenders were better than those bums in the 2010s. What's good? Grenada is on those, but get the hell out of here, bro. No. I'm saying peak Serie A. They're not sniffing 25 Gs a season. Facto mundo. KJ, continue. KJ, cut the mic.
Right? I'll say this: the defenders now, you have to provide a balanced argument. The attackers now, I think, are worse.
Trudeau, tell these kids, man. Sorry, continue.
He's really not.
But the defenders before, I think, were more focused just on defending, right? But the fact of the matter is, the defenders of before did have to do with less in terms of like demands. If you think about it, right, they literally just had to smash the ball away, right? No one cared about being able to pass from the back, beating the press. You didn't have to worry about a fullback possibly running onto you, right?
You didn't have to do a high line.
Make it high line. You didn't have to worry about a DM making the line breaking pass because it would come from the attacking midfielder. You didn't have to worry about a winger cutting in because remember, if you cross the
KJ, don't forget. Overlapping.
Guys, you have to be there. You have to be there.
They had to do with less.
You're too young.
They had to do with less. The fact of the matter is, they had to do with less.
Football is easy. Football now it's easy. It's easy. It's easy. It's too easy. Do you know what my attackers had to deal with? With the defenders, now it's easy. It's easy.
HH, can you imagine a peak 90s team in Serie dealing with a DM that can make a line breaking pass over the top or through the middle?
Oh, I'm so scared. Oh, please.
Yes,
give me a break. Give me a break.
HH, they're getting cooked.
Well, let me make my point. The fact of the matter is, you do have to accept they had less to deal with than the average defender does have to do now, right? 2, the managers ask more of them now than they did before, factually, right? The third thing is, I think the reason let the ballers ball before, I think, is the average manager, I think, is much better now than they were before, in my opinion, in terms of sophistication. Like if you look at look at an example, look at
the African.
Can I look at the
bottom. One at a time. KJ.
The fact of the matter is, right, look at the Premier League from 8th to, let's say, 15, 16. All right, take away them bums, but 8th to like 15th, right, in this season compared to like 15 or 20 years ago, the level is nowhere near. Like players like Cunha,
centre backs like David Batty are apparently top 10.
Players like Hoyson, what's it called? Midfielders like Baleba, you're not.
Guys, this is the easy era, bro. No, guys, there's nothing wrong with it, guys. Guys, there's nothing wrong. This is the start part of the era. There's nothing wrong. And I'm enjoying it. It's the start part of the era. Come on. You get a goal. We all get goals. It's a start part of the era. It's a start part of the era.
With some of the things you're saying, but one thing, right?
Wait, hold on. KJ, everyone will have a chance to talk. KJ, go for it.
I'll just end it quickly, right? The fact of the matter is, the average player now is better than the average player before. Teams are better now. One of the problems with let the ballers ball now is, if you're up against a more sophisticated manager who has lesser players in terms of talent, he can still come up with a system that counters your players' talent. The fact of the matter is, football has shifted from individual players have become less important, partly because managers have become better and become more sophisticated, right? The fact of the matter is, if you have a system that can counter let the ballers ball, the reason every manager now creates a system is because they know even with the talent, right, they still have to create a system that beats a lesser talented team. So the fact is, you have to adapt to the environment that you're in. Even if you have more talent, you still have to find a way to beat those lesser talents that are in front of you. So I think that it's a combination of factors, but at the same time, you can't say the football now, the average level of a player is not better. Also, data science, and like we can't deny that like particularly what Wenger did in England, bringing like sports science and all that stuff. That helps with athleticism. That helps with just intelligence. What they have data points on what progressive runs. Like, who the hell knows about?
These guys were out here drinking beers, walking.
KJ, bring all your eggs. In pig cereal, you're getting cooked. Bring your bring your eggs in. Bring it to pig cereal. What are you gonna do?
This guy thinks Dennis Wise is better than Marcelo or something.
You wanna know what's another problem? That's why they say when Opta started taking numbers in 03, because they weren't taking numbers before 03. So like, what did you know about a player before 03? You knew that basketball and NBA, all that stuff, and like sabermetrics in baseball, they knew all that stuff since like the 90s. That's why.
You see, this is the issue. We went to play football. The metrics of the XG of the 4 of the E equals MC squared of the. Let's just ball. What happened to just balling out? What happened to just balling out?
Let me speak. No, let me speak.
Okay, wait, okay. So we're gonna go to Ahmed, Casey, and then you're on Disputed. Ahmed, talk to me. The money miss. Ahmed.
High-tech era breeding.
I don't think how it gets me because I coach.
Wait, hold on, Ahmed.
Youth academies, bro. We track everything. I did a coaching exchange with Alaves, and they had a U8 game. They showed me the footage. They all wear trackers. They know how many calories each 8-year-old's eating a day. They know how much calories these people are burning on the field. They know what runs they're making. They know all these stats.
8-year-olds is crazy.
U8 level. This coach is showing me the numbers they do. And you want to talk about coaching education? Back in the day, there was no youth coaching education. Nowadays, I go to these U10 coaches, and they think they're Pep Guardiola. They have all these like badges, and they come in and they try to do.
No, Ahmed, I'm so glad that you're here because this is the issue with football.
Yes.
Because guys in U10s just learn how to play the game naturally. Don't start overcoaching them and bring in Geigenpress and stuff to freaking an 8-year-old. An 8 or a 9-year-old should just know first touch, ball control, working in tight spaces, making the right pass, just the basics, and then you now learn the advanced stuff. But you're teaching an 8-year-old advanced stuff. So by the time he gets to 15, 16, his natural footballing ability that he may have, it's all lost. Sorry, continue.
It's a problem because it's half. You have to. It's a balancing act. You have some coaches that they'll have a system, but you need to allow a system where the player can figure things out, where they can learn. But too many coaches, they just tell people what to do. That's kind of the issue with a lot of these coaches. But that's to tell you how much the game has changed. Because I'm over here, U14, I can tell you our possession stats for every game, or how many, everything I can tell you for U14, U18, U16, whatever age group you want to pull up. And at the end of the day, sure, it kills creativity to some degree, as you're saying, and as a lot of us will say, with bad coaching, especially here, that's the issue in the U.S. as an American. Here in America, that's the issue we have. But when you look at overall, what it'll do is it'll make the average player better. It'll make the average defender better. It'll make the average striker better. It'll make the average whatever you want. The teams are better. You have U16 teams playing like complicated systems because they have better coaches. Coaches have gotten way better than they used to.
Yeah, because not every team's going to have the privilege of getting the best players.
Yeah, and I mean, look at it now. Like 20, 30 years ago, just look at Asia alone, right? I watch a lot of Asian football because I'm from that region. Yeah. You look at teams like Uzbekistan, Palestine, these teams that are all of a sudden emerging. Look at what they're doing. What those teams are doing now, top teams may not have been doing 30 years ago.
No, but I mean, my thing though is, again, let's go back to 04. A big reason Greece won that was the extremely fine detailed tactics that your coach, what's his name again? The German coach that won for
Otto Rehagel.
Yeah, Otto Rehagel. Because if they didn't have that micromanaging, they still no chance. Because you were so inferior to Czech Republic, France, and Portugal, they needed to be micromanaged. But if you have that 3-4 top players, you do need a blueprint. But you gotta let those 4 players cook. But the issue we're having is that guys who have that amazing natural ability, you're taking that ability away by just overcoaching them and micromanaging them. Where the beauty about football is the unexpected, where allow that guy just to do that Ronaldinho. I told you, we are never getting a Dino into this era. It's never happening.
Yeah, well, the thing is, HH, you have to, managers are on a spectrum. Some managers are very, very control heavy. some managers are less control heavy. It's that's just how it is. It's a spectrum. And the problem with two specific managers is at certain levels it doesn't work. At certain levels, but you look at Pep, his overcomplicated, over specific, whatever you want to call it. Look at what it's done to the Premier League. The Premier League can't compete. What is it? 5 titles in 7 years? 6 titles in 8 years? What is it? What is the record?
Yeah. Like I think 6 and 7, 4 in a row.
Yeah, they haven't been able to.
They won the
really
same amount as
crack it.
Chelsea in that same time span.
They haven't been able to crack it. Teams, that's just how it is now. Like
Arsenal
I'm in the
are
US, and the US is behind in football development, obviously, compared to the rest of the world. But if I'm dealing with U18 coaches doing that, and I'm doing that as a U18 coach, I'm running scouting departments, I'm running statistical analysis, I'm talking to scouts and all that stuff as a U18 coach. What do you think is going on in Europe? They're doing everything like this times 10. It's gotten to the point now where it's more engineered, it's more planned. I mean, I don't watch NBA, but people are saying the NBA is more stat heavy now and it's more structured, and that's just naturally how it is. Teams are more organized. So when you play a team that's better organized, 9 times out of 10, if the gap is similar in quality, they will win. They will win.
Hey, what's it called? Casey. Oh,
Yeah, man, I love this setup, man. Like all the drill and everything.
Casey, cook him.
Have. Bro, you think your Serie A teams of the 90s are gonna have a chance against like this Highland Barca team or like Highland City teams?
Thank you. Yes.
Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank would cook against Barca.
No. How do you?
Why do you have to go against? Why pick him? Why him in particular? Who asked you to leave Jimmy alone, bro? Sorry.
Hold
on. Casey,
He'll fix it.
I'm probably gonna enroll in a sports data science class next semester anyway. So I do wanna like I'm interested like how they create these metrics and all that. But bro, like
so you're gonna be part of the people destroying the beautiful game. Interesting.
Proudly. Listen, right? At the end of the day, right, like, football is at its core. It's a science, like everything. It's a science.
No, it's not.
Like
it's the beautiful game. Casey, don't you dare. Casey, don't you dare reduce my game to freaking numbers, binary numbers, X's and O's. Don't you freaking that? It's not freaking binary. It's a damn beautiful game, bro.
Almost everything in this world can be reduced to numbers.
You see, let's see what the issues, guys. This is the issue right here, bro.
Wait, Casey, what's HH's number? Is it 47?
No, it's probably 500 his age, actually. But listen, like you're crying about like people are teaching kids like the basics of pressing and all that. When you go to school, right? You're taught like 1 + 1 = 2. At least that's what they taught me in my school. I don't know about Miss Small of the Dew. Like those you teach the basics, right? At the start. What's wrong in that? I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. Like, what's wrong in that?
No. My thing is, if you bring all this data into football, people are going to stop watching the sport. It's going to become boring.
I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But the data is objectively helping teams. I don't know what there's some people.
It's going to remove the fun out of the game. The fun about football is the unexpected. Are those guys that do things that numbers can't predict, that go outside of the freaking data? If everything is data analysis, the matches will become trash.
No, but hold on. For owner, right? A football team is basically like a stock, like they have invested in, right? And if you are like if you have like a hedge fund or anything like that, you want your portfolio to be as predictable as possible, and that's what they want with football also, because they want to make sure, okay, I want this amount of revenue. How do I do that? By making football more predictable. And how do you make football more predictable? By data analysis.
Yeah,
people have invested billions of dollars in the game. Like, do you think they're gonna be happy? Oh no, it's unpredictable. Like, no, they don't want that. They want to make sure that they get top 4, so that they get like that, like whatever 200 million a year, whatever they want to get.
Yeah, and then I just want to add, Casey, you can keep going, but I just wanted to add, and coaches will do whatever it takes to have the most minimal advantage in the game. We will do it. Trust me, I've done some. Casey knows.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah.
Exactly. This guy wants Nottingham Forest to ball out, like when they got Hudson-Odoi in Lanka.
Like what?
Wait, so Ahmed, so you support Casey's data analysis and let's reduce football into numbers and make it mathematics.
Well, here's the thing. It's part of the game. You can't take it away. But the fact is, some coaches are better than other coaches, and they will make the game look better. They will make the game look different, right? So, for example, when I'm coaching my youth team, I don't just tell them what to do. It's not like super strict, me screaming all the time what exactly to do. I put them in the right positions. I give them the system, and they work with the system. That's the beauty of a great coach, is you give them a system, and they can work with it, and you can tweak it. You can talk to people. But even if you do that, data analysis is part of it. I use it to figure out what metrics are we falling behind on. Are we giving up the ball too much in this specific part of the field? Okay, why are we doing that? What can we work on? Then I can adjust. That's
And Ahmed, I have a question. Ahmed, I have a question. Do you think those low IQ imbeciles in 90s had that?
I wasn't around in the 90s.
Did you see how he phrased that and everything?
I know.
But
he's not wrong. It turns is factually lower back in the 90s than in the 2020s. Wow. It's factually correct, HH.
The thing is, the best coaches don't do the majority of their coaching during the game.
Yeah.
They're not always screaming and yelling and doing all that stuff on the sideline, telling every single player where to be every single second.
But this guy wants some like fat fuck from
that shows you're unprepared.
To, just keep on yelling at the players.
Wait, hold on,
I was just going to say, right, listen, I know Casey works in data analysis. I do too, but the difference is Casey kind of needs this job market to boom because otherwise he might get deported by Trump. The point I'm making about football specifically,
What the hell? The heck?
Okay, yellow. Thank you.
Wait, that's a yellow.
It wasn't studs up.
Wait. Actually, hold up. Now, I told you it's yellow. But if you said, are you Indian?
Yes, I am. I'm.
So that's why it's a yellow. If you're not, that'll be a straight red. If you're not, that'll be a straight red.
He's lying. He's Sri Lankan.
We need verification.
He's Sri Lankan. He's lying.
We need verification.
I know. He's Indian.
No. I know he's Indian.
The issue is, right, a lot of people seem to be a bit confused. Like, what is old school football? Where do you even draw the line? Because
his line is only top teams. Not like Southampton versus like Nottingham Forest.
Are we saying Pep ruined a beautiful game? Is that it, right? Pep ruined the
He was part of it. Wasn't original, but he was part of it.
So HH, would you say the 2006 World Cup, for instance, that's old school football?
Oh, for sure. Let me look at how Italy played, how Argentina played.
Okay, so interesting.
Brazil.
So a few things. First of all, who here was it who said that school teams had no idea about what a DM that can pass forward is? Like, who was that?
No,
there was someone here who's.
No. I think it was KJ. So that's KJ.
Wait, what did I say?
KJ, you literally said that these old school teams would have no idea like how to face a DM that could pass forward. Did you ever watch Redondo?
No. Undisputed. We were talking about the 90s and like the 80s.
I said in the 90s, right? They'd have to. The defenders would have to
have you seen Redondo play?
Wait, you class 2006 as old school football.
Have you seen Rijkaard?
Undisputed. They're less likely.
He's only 19.
Basically, you're talking about top end players like Redondo and Pullet, right? And Rijkaard. We're not expecting that from a fucking Baleba plays the 8th place Brighton. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about I'm serious right now. Scouting networks are a lot more sophisticated now, aren't they? You could find
respect the leather.
Do you know who? You want to talk about depth, right? Do you know who Batistuta played for most of his Serie career? Do you know who he played for?
Batistuta, Fiorentina.
Interesting. Do you know who Zico played for when he came to Serie? Do you know?
Roma.
Like this is what I mean, right? There was a huge amount of depth. What about who did Lazio have? Did Lazio have Nedved? Did they have them?
Yeah, they did. But Lazio was.
But that's more undisputed. That's more a money
Lazio
issue.
won the league around that time.
Money was more even, so therefore you could have a star playing each team.
It's as if you assume these guys from back in the day are just stupid and are just like cavemen.
No one said that.
And you know the
no. But that's your implication. That's oh my gosh! A DM who passes forward. DM who passes forward. What's screwed?
KJ, I want some clarification here really quickly because before I actually talk about old school football versus normal football, I want to know 2005, 2006, 2007. What does that fall under?
What was that? What does that fall under?
Like 2005 to 2007. Is that old school football or is that modern football?
That's not.
I'd say that's old school because I told you because I think things began to change when Pep came in 09.
So basically,
09.
KJ, do you think that's the whole idea about pressing and things like that? Do you think this is a modern system?
I know.
Netherlands used to do it in the 70s. Netherlands, they introduced it in the 70s.
Watch a clip of them doing it in the 70s.
Yeah, the total.
It's 11 people running.
I'm going to monitor Alpha 3.
Do you think KJ, do you think that Milan team of 2005 would have any problem if they were dropped in
this is your problem, right? I know about the total football teams, and I've seen those videos, right? Of what's in it, Renus Mikkels, where like literally 10 players are pressing at once and one ball over the top finishes. I've seen that. But one thing I will tell you is, you're talking about the top end team. Once again, we are talking about the average team. We're talking about the lower end Premier League team.
Have you seen a video of the West Germany team?
The issue,
they chipped the ball over all 10 players.
My name is Mitchell.
KJ, your argument again, like, is a little bit flawed because you talk about the average Premier League team, but what you don't realize is that the money was more like, for instance, the Premier League is stronger now than it was in 2000. Much weaker now.
Yeah.
La Liga, I'm not so sure about. I would say like there were a lot of very good teams like Valencia back then. Like,
okay.
So like it's essentially what it's happened, right? Is that the Serie A and the Premier League, which in 2005 had like kind of equal amounts of talent, now all the talent is in the Premier League. That's the only thing that changed. There's nothing special about the tactics. There's nothing special about these players. There's no special tactics going on. I'm telling you right now, you put 2005 Milan in today's era, they're instant Champions League favorites instantly. There's no difference in the quality.
Once again,
look at Maldini. You took at Maldini and Nesta on the ball. It's easily as good as anyone else. Do you know? By the way, you know Kaká. Like Kaká was the star player in 2007. Everything, all that. So this guy was running over 10 kilometers a game. By the way, press.
Yeah, no, I remember watching his performance against United. He cooked them, and I bet
so at that
and
point,
that's fine. But once again, you keep talking about top end. You keep diverting to top end players, bro. Can you disagree?
You only talk about the top league.
No. The fact of the matter is,
no, there's more football than just top level football.
There's more football than just top. How do I put this, right? If you're talking about the gap in terms of talent between the Premier League now and the rest of the other leagues, it's not as big as the gap was between Serie A in the 80s and 90s and freaking French football in the 80s and 90s. Is that fair enough to say? Like, my thing is this: I think talent 100% is a lot more democratized now, right? The fact of the matter is, scouting systems are more sophisticated, and the fact of the matter is, the addition of sports science, right, has made it that you can get a competitive advantage, right, that you wouldn't have had in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And in the past, the top talent could have just won you anything, but now it's a lot.
That's not true, though. Why did the Galacticos not win the Champions League every year?
But the team that won it was AC Milan during their time.
No, that's not true.
That's not
true. Porto won it on the basis of amazing tactics.
That's an outlier. Stop applying outliers. Porto's an outlier. Porto's an outlier.
Was Liverpool an outlier? Was Liverpool in 2005? Because that happened back to back. Porto in 2004, Liverpool in 2005.
What was your position in the league? What was your position in the league in the Premier League when you won 2005?
I was one of the sixth.
Okay, and you also came from 3-0 down in a final, which is a freak result. Yes or no? Is that a freak result?
You had back-to-back freak results. You had back-to-back freak results.
Yes, can that not
happen? They're anomalies. This isn't a regular occurrence.
And the interesting occurrence, though. Interesting thing is, it's one of the things. Like, what exactly even is? What is the argument for football being stronger now, other than the Premier League being stronger now, which I can counter with Serie A being much weaker?
My argument against HH was he said Messi wouldn't score 25 goals in peak Serie in the 90s. I was like, he would.
Okay. Actually, hold on. Messi, you know, right? And we know this for a fact. We've seen this at PSG. We've seen this at Argentina. Messi's goal scoring drops substantially. It's not because he's a bad player or anything like that. It does.
No, undisputed. I'm talking about
But that was 34-year-old Messi, not 22.
No. I'm talking about I'm putting peak. I'm putting like 18, 19 Messi or 24 Messi.
Against in the era like that, he doesn't score more than 25. 25 is his top end. But he is not doing 40 or 50 goals a season. That's what Steve said. Sorry, that's what happening in peak Serie. 50 goals a season. That's what happened.
Here's the thing: Messi and Ronaldo are probably my two best players ever. Whatever, right? The truth is, they both benefited a huge amount from their leagues being incredibly lopsided. And we know this because even Messi for Argentina never scored.
But the best players always end up at the best clubs, though. That makes no sense.
But undisputed, this is the problem with
No, but I'm saying, I'm saying, if you bring them in what was the toughest league, they're not getting 25. Okay, wait. During the 2010s, was La Liga known as the toughest league? Toughest league.
Yes, it was. When they were there, yes, it was.
For a short period of time.
Put it this way.
A very short period of time.
When they were here, yes, it was.
The best teams.
Yeah, it was
you're
because
right
you had peaks. Wait, you had peaks.
You see, guys just want to start lying.
No, HH.
Streets, guys just want to just like, no. I'll ask again. During the 2010s, was La Liga, not Real and Barcelona, was La Liga the league known as the toughest league? As a man, this is the hardest league to play in.
Look at all the other European winners in that.
You're lying.
Okay,
was La Liga known as the toughest league? That this is the toughest league to play in.
You're acting as if Ronaldo didn't score like 25 in the Premier League, and even at his old age went to the Serie and still balled.
Kenny, I'm saying that during the 2010s, when Messi Ronaldo cooked, was La Liga known as this is the toughest league to play in?
When you say what do you mean by toughest?
The point is,
what do you mean by toughest? What do you mean by toughest?
As in, it's hard to play. It's hard to score. It's hard to be effective in.
When Valencia were finishing mid-table, when they had players like David Villa in their team and Dani Parejo in their team, and they were finishing Juan Mata, Santi Cazorla at Malaga, Isco at Malaga.
Let me just take over from here because it's getting a little bit like they're missing the point of the debate. The fact is that first of all, the point is Messi's goal tally dropped from 30 to 6 when he moved leagues, right? So there's obviously the adaptation.
34-year-old
Messi. He was 30.
No, we're not talking. We're going into the 2020s now. We're not talking about the 2010s. Compared to two different. Undisputed. The whole point is HH is undisputed. HH is acting like every single Serie A team in the 90s.
What happened to Ronaldo when he wanted to? Let's stop this bullshit. Ronaldo and Messi, put them in the 90s, put them in the 50s, put them in the 60s, wherever they're showing shit down. Let's stop this. Let's stop this.
Stop. Let's try to get it silly. Can you stop that? No.
I'm not having this. HH wants to talk about this old era, bro. Kevin Phillips won the Golden Boot in the 2000s.
Do you know? Wait, hold on. Moneyface. And thank you. I think it was Patrick who said this on the streets. You keep going to the Premier League. The Premier League was not a league that we were repping in the 90s or the 2000s. I keep saying that the toughest league and the league where you go here to prove yourself was the Serie A. That is where you went to go and prove yourself.
That's true.
And what I'm saying is that Messi and Cristiano, of course they'll do well in Serie A. But they're not going to be dropping 40 or 50 G's in the Serie A. Are you sick?
Hold on.
They're not dropping 40 goals in the Serie A. Hell no.
Like every team. HH, you're acting like every Serie in the 90s had Juve, Milan.
I'm just saying that
it didn't.
All I'm saying is that the league, top to bottom, it was hard to go because you went against a philosophy where defending was an art, and you had guys who tactically knew how to defend as teams and individuals. So what I'm saying, wait, hold up, and you compare that to freaking Ibar, Granada, and those bombs where they don't even know the basics of defending. The very basics of defending. Because you have to understand that. No, guys, I watched how guys defended in the 90s and 2000s, and I watched these clowns try to defend in the 2010s. It's a freaking joke. It's a joke.
It is. When you say the 90s and these guys defended, you always pick the Serie A. You pick Milan, you pick these guys. But then when I ask you to say names like guys that played for Lecce, Torino's, all these teams, because you say Airбars and Lugo and that for the La Liga. But then when it comes to the Serie A, we cannot be saying teams like Lecce and all these bomb teams.
Did Madrid? The problem is Madrid and Barca. Okay, listen. The problem is Madrid and Barca
or Dean Huijsen. Like none of them.
Also, guys, you have to take everything. Sorry, you have to take everything into context. Because you remember that refereeing was different back then. So more physicality was allowed. More aggression was allowed.
Okay, but no,
so therefore there are less fouls and less yellow cards. So basically, it's a lot more of a difficult situation than 2010s.
No, you're forgetting one more thing. More offside goals were allowed also.
You had to be.
Oh, you mean Priva?
Inzaghi lived offside. We know that, and he's one of the best.
Ronaldo will score 500 goals in that league.
No, but no, he wouldn't.
No, because you can't.
But no, he wouldn't. You know he wouldn't.
I'm looking at some of the.
I don't see the point of having the same conversation every couple weeks.
Wait,
You're not. Hold on.
No. Let me just So shout out to Mitch. Real look most affected by the talent pool erosion. Madrid could always bridge into the next era because individuals kept popping up now. It's a rebuild thing. So Ahmed, are Real in the middle of a rebuild? Is this a rebuild? And is there time for a rebuild?
A rebuild it's too much to say. Rebuild is what Chelsea have to do. Rebuild is what Arsenal have to do. Rebuild is what Atletico Madrid might have to do. We're not in a rebuild. We won the Champions League
how do I put
years
this?
ago.
Compare your
Our
players
team
from
isn't
5 years
over
ago
the
to
hill
your
in
team
terms of
now.
age.
Compare your team from 5 years ago, 6 years ago to now. Is it still majority the same, or they've left?
Most have left from 5
But
6 years.
no. But hold on. How long has Camavinga? So how long has Camavinga? This is Bellingham's third season about to come through. Camavinga and Tchouaméni, how long have they been here for? Vini, Rodrigo.
Tchouaméni's 4. I think Camavinga is like 5 years.
I don't know what everyone else's definition
Wait,
is.
so hold on. Ahmed.
To me, a rebuild is when you haven't been competitive, you're struggling, and you just need to completely rip the ends out and sign 7-8 players at once.
No, but Madrid are always competing though, so that's
exactly. So it's not a rebuild. That's what I'm saying. It's not a rebuild for Madrid.
But rebuilds can't happen over. They don't have to happen over 1 year.
Wait, hold on. Shout out
to
CTE Steve Bruce scored 19 goals.
Facts.
All right, thank you for that. Maradona asked, couldn't hack the 90s. Hashtag offset. Hashtag drug lines. All right, thank you. Jose fell off when Passion Run stopped.
That is actually true. That is very true.
No, it's not true at all. Sure, yes, I've noticed great players transcend any era, unless it's an era, of course. This type of convo is impossible with you, but you like it.
Objective, man. You're not objective.
No. Okay, can I hold on? But say no. Messi and Cristiano will be the best players in any era. All I'm saying is the degree to how good they will be different. Messi and Cristiano are not scoring 40 goals.
Why not?
In the Pink Serie. That's not happening.
It's going at least 30 then if you're happy, man. That's going at least 30. Kenny, they're not saving 30.
Hold up. On the disputed, Kenny, on the disputed.
There's actually a very simple counter to this. The fact of the matter is Messi and Cristiano don't score at anywhere near the same rate at international tournaments, which is, for one example, how that just shows how inflated their goal tally for Madrid and Barca is. And that's not to say they're not great players. But that league was so lopsided. So lopsided. These guys were blowing teams away 7-0, 8-0, 9-0, scoring 120 goals, 100
and then
goals
winning
a
the Champions League doing it.
And oh my God, you guys are actually like winning the Champions League.
Maybe because they were playing with better teams than the international.
Do you not actually hear yourself? Are the most?
But when you guys are talking about
wait, hold on, guys, one at a time. Hold up. Undisputed.
These guys have. Honestly, some people here have absolutely no common sense whatsoever. The most amount of goals R9 ever scored in Serie A in a season was 25. And these people are talking about 40, 50 goals a season, right? And like Messi and Ronaldo are so much better than R9. But somehow at international level, Messi and Ronaldo's goal scoring at international tournament lines up with all the other good to great players. So clearly something's going on.
How many seasons did R9 play in that league?
Like about 2 or 3 before his knee got grenaded.
Exactly. So what are we talking? What are we talking about?
2 of them were half seasons.
But Kenny, all I'm saying though is that Messi and Cristiano are not scoring 40 goals in Serie A.
It doesn't have to.
But my whole point is that defending in the 2010s was ass cheeks, and defending specifically in La Liga was ass cheeks.
You can say. I would agree with you when you say defending in the Serie in the 19 was better than defending in the Liga in the 2010s. I could agree with that, especially I think the level of defenders, yes,
That's
and
fair.
that's fair, and maybe
I already said
they
that.
would not, yeah, and I don't think they would be scoring maybe as frequently as they did like 30 plus, 40 plus every season.
And
But
Havo,
trust
can I
me,
ask you a question? No, say
they would have seasons. Most of the season they would be scoring 20, 25 minimum, and then there's some season where they will score probably 30 plus at least. Like when you say
Kenny, there's never going over 30. Never happening.
It is come on, man.
Kenny, I'm telling you, they're not running 30 over 30. No, Kenny. No, Kenny. They have benefited off a trash defending era, which is fine. But defenders' those errors have been ass cheeks. Bro, wait, okay. And also, Kenny, wait, hold on, Kenny. On this previous point, weren't most of Messi's goals in the last World Cup penalties?
No,
how many goals did these come from open play?
Come
on, bro. Like, now, if I'll give you penalties. Open play, you're not sniffing open play goals.
First of all, international is different from club football. It's different. Like
no.
What I'm saying though is that lopsided. That's why it's different. That's why.
But the key thing though is that the kinds of goals Cristiano Messi was scoring. I've seen the clips. You're not doing that in Serie. It was a joke. It was a joke because the teams were a joke.
If you put Messi in the prime in the nice peak Milan teams or peak Juve teams, you put Ronaldo in them peak Juve teams.
They're not scoring 40 goals. No, they're not.
Oh man,
the most annoying bit.
I'll give you 25. I'm not giving you over 30. It's not happening.
You say R9. You acting as if I didn't see guys like Vieri, guys like that dominate that league as well and score like 20.
No, they scored.
Wait, hold on. So, shout out to your boy Jess. HH, as a man of Tesh, why do you keep avoiding the Jude Bellingham? Okay, what do we do? Are we saying Bellingham is down ass cheeks? Is that what we're saying?
He was always
Can I quickly just make a point real quickly? Could I make a point real quickly?
Okay, make a point real quick. I want to answer Jess's job.
You actually, a few weeks ago, I was mocked quite badly because I said that not all goals are the same and goals require context. And I pointed out that scoring 30 goals for a team that scores 100 goals is not the same as scoring 30 goals for a team that scores 50 goals. And of course, all the morons in the chat all went wild and they're like, oh, are you talking about goal inflation? And I'm like, yes, that does exist, actually. Goal inflation does exist. Some conditions, it's much easier to score than other conditions. And if you don't understand that, then you're just a moron, unfortunately. So you understand that. Messi at his peak, you look at 2010, 2011, 2014, 2015, 2016. He was scoring about, at the international tournaments, he was scoring about 0.3 goals per game. And then you have people that say like, oh, of course he could score 50 goals in Serie A because of course he could, right? Because I saw him do it for Barca in one of the most lopsided leagues of all time where his team was scoring 110 goals. So first of all, and this is the issue, right, HH? Like if you had actually listened to me when I was talking to you about goal inflation, you wouldn't have any trouble arguing with these guys. But sadly, they don't seem to understand that not all situations are the same. And if all situations were the same, then you would see like constant, like when players go into different conditions, them replicating the same amount of goals.
But this
which is not what happens.
No. KJ,
hold on.
Wait. Money mates.
KJ. Here's the thing. You're actually right. But if you notice HH during the course of the conversation, his initial statement was Messi wouldn't score 25 goals. Then he changed it to now Messi wouldn't score 40, 50 goals. So he changed it mid-conversation.
Do you understand what 25 goals actually is? 25 non-penalty goals. Do you know what that actually is? That's 0.7 goals a game, roughly. Do you understand that? And do you understand how high that actually is in Serie A in that era to do it consistently?
Money mates. Messi and Cristiano are not scoring 30 non-penalty goals in peak Serie. It's not happening. It's not. There's no way it's happening. No way. It's impossible. Okay, hold on. Money mates.
Let me respond. HH, Fabio Capello saw a 16-year-old Messi play against Juventus in pre-season and he asked Barcelona, how much can I buy this guy for? He is better than every single player I have on my team. In 2003, prime Juventus with Ballon d'Or Nedved on it. Fabio Capello himself asked Rijkaard, please give me Messi. I need Messi for my team. He said that about 16-year-old Messi. So for you to say that, so for a manager in prime Juve, in the prime league, to say that about 16-year-old, not prime established, 16-year-old Messi, for him to say that about him, and then for you to say he wouldn't score 25 goals. So you're telling me now that you have more ball knowledge than Fabio Capello?
Money Mace, do you think
is that the same Capello that's coached England in that 2010 World Cup? That's
the same Capello that beat Barcelona.
Let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. Hold on, Money Mace. Let me put it this way. Do you think Fabio Capello? Do you think that the reason why he said those things about Messi was because of potential future goal scoring, or was it because of generational dribbling and passing? Because that's very different. Because I think Messi's dribbling and passing transcends any system. So you could put him anywhere, like in the worst 2017 Argentina team or in the best 2011 Barca team. It's not going to matter. That transcends. His goal scoring doesn't
Messi
transcend.
at any level. No, of football.
His goal scoring doesn't translate.
Wait. Okay.
No. AJ, hold on. Even if you know Messi scored goals at any level of football. Even when Messi was 14, playing for the U18 team in Barcelona, this guy's averaging a goal a game. So a 14-year-old playing against 17, 18-year-olds is averaging a goal a game in the Barcelona academy. This guy's
okay. I don't want to be back at this. Okay. I just want to know, is Bellingham now trash? Is that the new thing that's happening right now?
No, relax.
Okay, where is this new thing of now Bellingham is overrated, he's not that good, and he can't play?
Do you want to know what it is?
Okay, hold on, KJ.
I'll say this. His role from the season before is different, okay? He's less advanced, okay? He didn't score as many goals, so people are saying he's worse, right? The fact of the matter is, if people look at context and look at the injuries that Madrid have, and the system change, the adjustment that Ancelotti had to make because of injuries, that's why Bellingham was more advanced. So just because he's scoring less goals does not mean he's a worse player, because a lot of people do equate quality of player quality to goals, which is ridiculous, okay? The second thing is, they think that Bellingham can't play that role at Madrid, right? Even though he played it at Dortmund. But the fact of the matter is, he has been given less of an opportunity because of the needs of the team, right?
So also like people on the streets are saying shoulder injury tax. Is that a tax
that's an element of the HS, because he clearly plays far too much football. But I don't think he's a rubbish footballer, right? And listen to things.
That's why I'm clear. How can you look at this guy Bellingham and say he's now in the same category as Timo Werner? No. That's technically. That guy's good now.
This is another problem. This is another problem, right?
Sorry, continue.
Bellingham would look better in a team where let the baller's ball is what's it called? Is actually, let's say, working, right? Last year at Madrid, it didn't work, so people are saying his ass. You know what I mean? So, one, people don't look at context. Two, they don't look at his role in the team. Three, they don't look at overall team performance, right? So it's just like, on what football fans are very fickle, okay? He's still amongst the best in his position in the world, whatever you want to say, yes or no. You can call him ass, but regarding in 2025, what he is compared to the majority, 99.9% of midfielders, he's still up there amongst the best. So the fact of the matter is, HH, you can tell me that a guy at Roma is a better player than Bellingham. The guy at Roma isn't fucking playing for Madrid and balling in Champions League and stuff like that. So
wait, hold on. J2S.
The only thing I'll say is bring up the super chat again.
Hold on.
It says you as a guy of Tesh, because you know what you're like when you rate Tesh. You rate Duke. Was it Doku above what player was it again?
Jean-Felix Aite.
Yeah,
Doku's above Goulet.
Wait, hold on. Like Bellingham, he's like in the mid-70s of
Tesh. No, he's not that Teshy. He's decent.
Could you bring up the Hamza C comment, by the way?
So are you saying that he fails the eye test? I say he fails the eye test.
No, he doesn't fail the eye test. He passes it, but it's not like to a high degree he passes it.
But this is the problem. If you don't have 10 out of 10 tech in today's football,
that's
the whole thing I'm saying. That's what HH does.
No, kissing. He has Tesh. I don't think he's got high Tesh, but he's got Tesh. What are we talking? No. My thing though is there is this new thing going around that Bellingham is trash. He's overrated. He has no touch. He's a box crusher and everything. I'm like,
that's just hating, though.
Hold up. Hold up.
But this is part of a bigger issue.
No, because people just like to go into extremes.
Exactly.
A guy can have touch. But there's a degree to the kind of test that he has. But saying that a guy is rubbish and trash, it's crazy.
Wait, that's really ironic coming from the GOAT analyst. That's very ironic.
Is Bellingham a better footballer than Haaland?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, hold on.
No.
Casey.
Drop it.
No.
Yeah. Hold on. No. Let me drop it and then let me hear from you. Let me drop it. Casey, please tell me in the year of our Lord 2025, June 18th, 19th, that you're not saying that Erling Haaland is a better footballer than Jude Bellingham, please.
He just asked.
Casey, I'm begging you.
No,
Casey,
I'm asking you.
No, Casey, I want you to. No, I answered and I said that. No, Bellingham is a better footballer than Haaland. Now, what do you believe?
No, he is a better footballer. Like, it's not like day and night difference between them. Relax.
No, there is.
No, it's not.
There is. Casey, have you seen Haaland play?
Let him land.
No, because for you, this is a conversation we had 2 days ago also. You don't rate finishing as a part of a test. That's the issue with you.
You said who's the better footballer?
Is finishing a part of football or not?
Pat.
Okay.
Pat. But when you're talking about a footballer, first touch, ball control, balance on the ball, passing, move forward.
What do you need from a striker?
You just use me dribbling at this point. Yeah.
No. Okay. Passing, creating, technique of shooting, technique of finishing.
Okay, hold on. So in all those things, who's better? Technique of shooting.
You have to rate Haaland. If you rate Inzaghi, you have
to hold on. Casey, lie to me. Tell me that Erling Haaland wouldn't have to go to hospital and be in a coma if he tried an overhead kick.
He's already done one. He has done an overhead kick. Yeah.
What are you
talking about?
A proper one, not a little Norwegian thinking like this and everything. A proper overhead kick. You're lying.
He jumped 8 foot in the air and scored a back heel goal.
That's lying.
I
am going to go and watch it. And if it's not a proper overhead kick, where it's
HH, have you not seen any scissor kicks he's done?
It was a scorpion kick. Yeah, he scored like scorpion kicks and scissor.
I've seen the scissor kick, bro. It's not a proper scissor kick, bro. It's like a half thing. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, Casey. So you're saying now Bellingham is ass cheeks? That's your.
No, I've always said I don't. No. Listen, I've said like he's not a midfielder. He's a second striker. I've always said he's a second striker. He's not a midfielder.
To say what it is, Casey. He's a box crusher.
He's a number 8.
No, he's not a number 8.
No, he's a box crusher. That's the term.
Yeah, but box crusher is
box crusher.
No, I think Haaland's main issue.
Wait, hold on. So, you're basically so you're saying that he's Lampard. So he's Lampard.
Yeah, he's
Lampard is a better footballer than him.
No, he's Lampard with a little bit of melanin. That's what he is.
No, Lampard is a better footballer than him. What is wrong with you?
100%.
Wait. But here's the thing, though. Bellingham is how old? What, 21?
Yes.
So we've not seen the end of Bellingham yet.
Okay, let's see what happens.
So you can because Lampard we've seen his entire career. So we don't know what Bellingham will be at 24, 25, 27, 29.
Okay,
let's see.
HH, could you tell me who's the better midfielder, Bellingham or Gerrard? Midfielder.
You see, but hold up. Do you know why that's unfair? Of course, you're going to say Gerrard, but we've seen Gerrard's entire career. We don't know, what was Gerrard as 2021? I don't know what Gerrard was at 21 or 22.
Still more talented.
At 22?
Yes, still more talented.
Yes, 100%. Talent, 100% Bellingham more
I think it's difficult.
All right, okay.
Bellingham.
I think Bellingham. Okay, you still get yellows in the streets, but that's a yellow.
You know he's already surpassed international legacy, right? You know he's already surpassed Gerrard's international legacy. I hope you know that.
Wait, so
he's already done more international level than Gerrard ever defended. I hope you know that.
No,
100%. Yeah, 100%.
I actually agree with that. I will say though, Bellingham I feel like Bellingham's body type is not suited to midfield, as weird as that sounds. He's too heavy, he's too sluggish.
So what's his strongest position then? So where is we see Bellingham at the best? Second striker?
Second striker.
Near to the box. Put Bellingham in the box.
What's wrong with that? I don't think you.
Number 8.
HH, when has Bellingham had his best season in
he's
his
more of a
football
10
career?
than an 8. Centre forward.
Jesus, don't do that. Jesus, don't do that.
No, I'm just saying. No, HH.
Because you can't just say, "Oh, here is Besson here." Doing this, so therefore he should do the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
No. Because okay, hold on, guys. He's 21, 22.
Yeah.
We have not seen him truly come into his own as a player and a footballer. So when we now have a proper assessment, when he's 26, 27, then we're gonna see, okay, this is where your skills, whatever you have, should now be in the refinement stage. You are still refining your footballing fundamentals at 21, 22, 23, 24. Then at 25, 26, 27, that's where we can now see what of player you are.
No, HH, I'm saying where does Jude have his best? Where does Jude tend to have his best performances in the Real Madrid shirt?
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, no. Attacking wise.
Second striker.
Yeah, further away from the deep from the field.
I think
way near the attack,
HH
near the box.
Oh no. Okay. So Jesus, are you saying that Bellingham has no chance of developing the fundamentals needed to play as an 8 or a 6?
He's not.
I don't think he does.
He's not.
I'm saying he'd be
Not
more
for an
successful
elite team,
developing up
not for an elite
front
team.
rather than in midfield, like nearer to the box.
For instance, HH, do you think Mbappe is a better player now or when he was 21?
No, when he was 21.
Because there's some things
But I think Mbappe is a weird case. but again, Cristiano. No. See, people. No, okay. Was Cristiano a better player in 2012 or 2018? We all agree it's 2012.
2012.
Yeah.
But because Cristiano decided that I'm just going to just focus on just being a finisher.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing.
I think Jude has like some limitations in midfield. He's too slow on the ball. Let's put it simple.
Yes,
He's
very,
too
very
slow
slow,
on the
very
ball.
slow.
That's the issue. Like
Bro,
you can't teach someone to be Marco Verratti on the ball. You just can't. You
Yeah,
have it.
you know what? Bellingham moves more like. So, HH, tell me this: who does Bellingham move more like in the midfield? A Fellaini or a Verratti?
Yeah, that's a good question.
J2S. I'm not answering that question.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
No. J2S. I am not answering that question. J2S. I'm not putting Bellingham and Fellaini in the same sentence. I'm not. Because I'm not putting Fellaini and Bellingham in this.
No, I'm saying what does Jude move more
I know
like
your trick.
as a midfielder?
No, J2S, I know your tricks. I know your tricks. J2S, I am not on record going to put Fellaini and Thingy.
There's no trick. There
is a trick. J2S, there's a trick. And I see your tricks right there. I see your trick. What's it called? So, Moneymates, Bellingham, your assessment.
No, the thing is with Bellingham is that he has a very specific skill set, and it's like he's a tall midfielder, but he's also like he can't be next to the defense in terms of progressing the ball forward. He doesn't have that ability. He doesn't really have a passing range. He has a strict like ability, but the problem with him is that he can do these things, but not to the elite level where a team would play him in these positions. So
no, okay. So do you believe that? Hold on. Hold on. My name is hold on. So it's that he cannot develop into anything that you've seen enough to say like there's no chance of any coach developing the skills needed to be that central midfielder, either at an 8 or a 6. You're saying that it can't
the
happen.
Fundamentals. You can't coach that in the same.
To play for Real Madrid, let's say he stays at Real Madrid for the rest of his career. Real Madrid are more likely to buy a number 6 or a number 8 who can progress the ball forward than to turn Jude into that. They're more likely to buy someone who has that. Because the truth is that one, football is a win now business. So we're not here to progress someone and teach them how to do things nowadays. It's about what do you have now? What can you do for the team now? And second of all, if you ask yourself that question, can Jude? It's very different things. Like Cristiano can teach himself goal scoring because goal scoring isn't more so about your striking or your finishing. It's more about your positioning. How do you get in the position?
Cristiano always had that. Though. Cristiano always had the striking was always there, even when he was like a wide.
Casey, he has good striking ability, but the reason why he became more of a goal scorer is because he taught himself positioning. Yeah. You can teach yourself positioning, but you can't teach yourself on the ball abilities at 22-23. At 22-23, your skill set is your skill set. It's how do you find yourself in the best positions to maximize your skill set? And the truth is,
so there's no example of a player who made a marked improvement from 22 to 28.
No,
there are, but I think
you
it's
have what
often
you have.
other things.
You're talking about a fundamental shift, though. You're not
On
talking about position
the
or
ball,
anything.
in terms of the actual skill itself, on the ball, you have it or you don't. You either learnt it when you were a child or you don't have it.
Like, a player like Mahrez is probably a good example.
Can I go on
Mahrez
this,
always
HH?
had that. Mahrez always had that, but he was never in the environment.
HH, do you teach a footballer to do a first touch if they don't have it?
Yeah, you have the first touch at 22 or you don't.
HH, do you think?
Is Conte
Wait,
going to coach Lukaku to have a first touch? He's not.
Hey, you never know, bro.
That-
Sorry, Money
hold
on. Money Mason, come to you, trade then on the Twitter. Money Mason.
Because that's how football's always worked. Like, for example, you look at a player like David Beckham. David Beckham has a specific skill set. David Beckham always knew how to pass a football. He could always play a long diagonal pass, but then he got himself in the positions to maximize that skill set by playing on the right-hand side. But even then, you say Vardy. Vardy didn't actually improve skill sets or ability. Vardy could always finish. Vardy always had that ability to get in behind defenders.
Vardy improved his positioning.
His career
Vardy's was positioning because it's always that run off the shoulder.
When people say
that's
a player has improved, like he's gotten better at the game,
and he got much better players around him.
In truth, what has more so happened for majority of cases is that a player has been put into positions where they can showcase that ability more. Because, like, even for example, like an N'Golo Kante, people say Kante improved so much on the ball. Do you really think Kante's in doing like dribbling and short passing lessons at Chelsea? No, he just had that all the time, but he never showcased that at Leicester City because Leicester City never needed him to do that. But then he goes to Chelsea. Chelsea require him to progress the ball. Chelsea require him to dribble past players. He showcases that by getting into the positions to do those things. You don't learn skills at 22, 23. You will not learn your first touch. You will not learn how to take free kicks. You will not learn how to play a long diagonal pass at 22, 23. Wenger said it best. Your skill set, once you get to 16, is your skill set. You learn every single skill you have
16?
as a footballer. Yes. You learn everything you have as a footballer.
It's a very small dirt.
After that, you improve physically and mentally, but not
tactically as well. Tactically as well.
You improve on the other parts of the game, which a coach can teach you. Mentally, tactically, physically, that sort of stuff.
What age do players go to Clairefontaine in France? Because by that time, they already have the technical ability. What Clairefontaine teaches them is how to harness it in a specific kind of system and to improve tactically. But by the time you're like 14, 15, like then
but to see,
they already had that ability.
But see, as I say this though, but here's more so why it's very important if you're sub 16. All that tactical crap, don't teach them on the tactical crap.
Don't listen to that. Go outside. And
everything up until 16 is who are you as a footballer?
Yeah.
Just who are you as a ability. Then 16 upwards, then but tactics should not be taught to an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old or an 11-year-old. That's freaking stupid.
But now everyone's looking for a competitive advantage.
Let me begin. So shout out to your boy Trey. Talk to me, Trey.
Yeah, regarding the Bellingham situation, I think one of the turning points of his career is his first season at Madrid, because if you look at how he played at Dortmund, it was more like a real central midfielder.
Yeah.
He didn't really play as offensive like his first season. And when he came in, I think that's one of the worst things that happened to him, because he bought into the vibe of goals and assists, GA. So Ancelotti now decided to play him more like a striker, since Madrid literally have a striker. So now it became a situation where Bellingham's football was more judged on what is his GA, not what with his ability as a proper midfielder in terms of passing and chance creation. I think somehow that got into his head also. And now he tailor-made his game towards that side of getting to the box, crashing to the box. He didn't care much about assist, control of the game, tempo. So I think at this point, I don't know what Alonso is going to do with him, because I don't really see how he works in a system where we have Güler and him at the same time, because I feel like it's quite offensive.
No. But they're saying play him as a second striker. So do you see him working as a second striker?
Not in the 4-3-3. I don't see him working as a second striker in the 4-3-3, because where's the balance? That's the question. for example, all right, let's say Madrid goes into a Clasico, you have Güler, you have Bellingham, and you have Pedri, you have probably Frankie De Jong, Casado. Madrid is going to be played out of the park because who is going to be holding that ball in the midfield? They're just going to be dependent on transitions, and in the long term, that's not effective. That's not effective in terms of, especially Alonso talking about he wants to play a certain way, he wants to have the ball, he wants to control the ball. Who is that player in Madrid's midfield who is going to dictate that tempo, which they need? I don't see Bellingham doing that. And if Bellingham keeps crashing into the box, and Güler is expected to be the one taking the ball on the half turn and progressing it, who is a guy who sits behind and says, okay, now we go, now we come back, now we slow down, now let's pass it sideways a bit, let's kill the game. I don't see how Alonso is going to get this right. I feel like one person needs to leave. And I don't know who's that's going to be, honestly.
Oh, so one person out of Rodrigo, Bellingham, and all those other dudes.
I have a very weird take on this, honestly. If ideally, I would say Vini should leave. Vini should be the one to leave. Yeah. And I'll give you the reason why. When was the best football Madrid played last season? When was it Madrid played its best football last season? That was when Vini was injured and Rodrigo played on the left. Mbappe played as a striker. That's their best football Madrid played.
Okay. But then we can go way back and be like, who was critical to Real Madrid's Liga and Champions League?
The problem is now the team has changed. True, but the team has changed. The Mbappe factor is now in, and it's not going away. So, in terms of the combinations, I've seen far better combinations in between Rodrigo and Mbappe.
Here's the thing, guys. There's no. If you're saying it's between Mbappe and Vini, there's nothing to discuss. Of course, Vini has to be sold.
Can I ask you guys something? When will you end this Rodrigo nonsense?
In terms of what nonsense?
Him being like a decent player. Like, can we stop this? No,
wait, hold on. Casey, you're saying that he's not a decent player.
No, but he's not. Okay, obviously exaggerating. But
no, Casey, you have to choose your words well. Okay, of course he's not amazing or world class.
He's not
the guy Casey, you mean like the main guy?
Here's the thing, right? Vini has proven himself. Whether you like it or not, he has proven himself in 2 Champions Leagues. I know Rodrigo also scored that goal against City, but like the main player was Vini. We agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Now that the issue arises when the tumor came in, which is Mbappe. So let's not. Well, of course he was. Yeah.
Wait, is it?
No. Wait. Hold on. So Casey, you're saying that Rodrigo should be the guy that leaves. Now, can Vini do the work on the right that Rodrigo has been doing on the right for Real Madrid?
What work? How many goals has he scored? How many assists has he got? His best. I don't think he has.
Can I go on this?
I think Rodrigo is going.
No, what work? No, I'm asking what work. What work? Their best formation is 4-4-2. It's not even He doesn't even necessarily start at the right because their best formation was like 4-4-2. Valverde was on the right as a midfielder, and Vini and Rodrigo or Vini and Jose were at the top too. So he's not even necessarily at the right.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Go back to Trey. What are you saying, Trey?
Yeah, the thing is, I get your points, bro. But one thing we have to consider in football is balance overcomes every other thing when it comes to building a team. It doesn't matter what you really did in the past. You cannot take out the Mbappe factor anymore. The Mbappe factor is here to stay. And so long as the Mbappe factor has shifted that balance to one direction, you have to bring it back to a way it can work. And you cannot take Mbappe out of the team anymore. And I feel like if you have Vini and Mbappe, the balance will never be there. I just feel like there's somebody who has to be the main guy, and there's somebody who has to accept to be the understudy of the main guy, and that's how it works. When Benzema was the main guy, Vini accepted to be his understudy. Vini became the main guy, and somebody was the understudy. Now Mbappe is the main guy, because what happens is in certain situations, because there are very little details that make a football game. Like in certain times where maybe Vini is supposed to make the pass to Mbappe, and he feels like, no, let me just go take on players. Just little indecisions in big games cost you the game, cost you cost you moments and just affect the balance of the team.
Okay, wait, hold on.
And so long as
let me just read the job. So shout out to your GS. HH, it just seems like your narrative merchants mode switches off. Whenever we talk about Madrid players, you want to talk about context.
Exactly.
Wait, who says I'm the least narrative merchants person in the world? I'm the most objective guy out there, bro. Come on, man. Me, a narrative merchants, get that here, bro. Hell no.
Yes, you are.
Shout out to Tolbert. In the 2001 Serie season, the top scorers were Hernan Crespo, 26, Andrei Shevchenko, 24, and Enrico Chiesa, 22. I tell me that Prime Messi Ronaldo don't score more than this. Yeah, they don't.
Ronaldo is
they
not.
don't. That's exactly what I tell you. They don't. They don't.
Wait, are you telling me Messi on that peak? Messi on that peak AC Milan side, he's not scored more than 30 goals.
No.
Hold on, is Shevchenko? Is Messi like not that better than Shevchenko? Are really this insane?
I'm saying that those guys were elite striker goal scorers. Messi, but you have to understand the dynamics of what football was back then and what football is like back then. Messi is not. Wait, guys, we're not doing this again. Messi and Cristiano are not scoring 30 plus goals in peak Serie. End of discussion. Hold on. Sorry. Garnacho did an overhead while Fat Nine was heavy. Hashtag. All right. Okay, wait, hold on. Undisputed.
I think I would say that the issue is.
Wait, no. Hold on. We're moving on. Different question. So where's Liverpool's transfer thing right now? So is the Verts deal done?
Yes, Wirtz is done.
When is that announced? Okay, so when is he officially?
Wait. Disputed. What did you say about Isak?
I didn't say anything. I think you must have heard something.
No. We heard something about Isak.
Where's this money
clean
coming
your
from?
ears, man. Clean your ears. That's all I'm gonna say.
No. Undisputed. What did you say about Isaac?
He said Isaac is done.
No. Wait, can I just ask one question?
Wait. Hold on. Isaac is done. What?
Wait. No. Why does everyone say Isak and then this guy goes Isak?
Because
I
I'm special.
Don't know how to pronounce his name. This is how
special
it is. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I would
just don't say like HH.
Honestly, can I just say, right? Watching this game today and genuinely, I genuinely think Trent will be the flop of the season. And I think we've made
What was he? Can I say so? Because I think it's Aaron and Eddie, also Liverpool fans. All they're saying is Trent is a prick, light-skinned bomb, all that kind of stuff and everything. Now, on the Twitter, are you saying this as a pissed Liverpool fan or are you saying this as an objective football fan?
Okay, the issue is, I think what's going to happen, right? One thing people don't realize about this Klopp system is that it kills fullbacks. For instance, Andy Robertson basically died at the age of 28. I mean, Andy Robertson's been dead since 2023. That's what happened. And 28, 29, that's the max he can go to. Trent, this guy, he was introduced in 2017 as an 18, 19-year-old, straight into the team, replaced Nathaniel Klein. Played 50 games in his first season, pretty much, and has been playing 50 games non-stop for the last 8 years under Jurgen Klopp.
He's not lying.
Putting like basically like slave shifts up and down, 8 years. I'm telling you guys, people don't realize it. This guy's legs are very close to being done. This guy's very close to having an Andy Robertson type fall off. And I'm not saying this because I'm like bitter, right? I'm saying this because I've seen it happen with Robertson. I've seen this guy within a
okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so
you are bitter, right?
Wait, hold on. So are you saying that you have categorically, and be fair here, are you saying you've categorically upgraded in getting Frimpong over Trent?
I think Frimpong will never be as good as peak Trent. He will never be as good as peak Trent was something else. But honestly, first of all, this guy is at least 10 kilograms heavier than he used to be. I don't know what Gonzalo Higuain diet this guy is on, but this guy is fat, man. This guy is fat. And also, like, he's slower than he used to be. He's sluggish. He gets beaten so easy. And the thing with Trent, right, there's two types of defenders. There's different types of defenders.
Wait, guys, do you know how odd this is? Ask Undisputed about Liverpool's transfer business, and this guy just focused on Trent's downfall and everything. It's wild, bro.
Are you saying I'm bitter?
No. Listen, I'm here for you to say, okay, so what? Okay, how will the vets be announced? What will he do? Frimpong, Kelkes. All you've talked about is I hope Trent jumps off a bridge.
No, but you said Liverpool transfer news. There's ins and outs. You talk about the outs.
Yes,
You'll get to the ins eventually.
That's true. First, you start off with the outs.
Okay.
He said Trent will be in Serie A in 2 years. That's what he's indirectly saying.
Yes, he's going to be in Serie A in 2 years.
Oh my god.
Is he going to be like a youngster in Serie A then?
No, he's going to be beefing Modric for player of the season. That's what he's going to be doing.
That's what he said, HH. Trent's going to be in Serie A in 2 years. That's what he said.
Okay. Let me just focus on it. Do you think there's will be okay? Do you think there's a lot? Do you think there's a lot of pressure on Fran Wirtz? Do you think he's been overhyped? Do you think he's been overhyped?
He's not necessarily been overhyped. He's talented. He's good.
Respect my guy.
I'm worried.
150 mil. 150 mil. That's a lot of money.
The reason I want Isak, whatever the fuck you call him, right? Whatever I want that guy to come over here is because Newton. So we break the transfer record twice, and there's not as much focus on one player. As backwards
you know,
as that
John
is, that
Henry's
actually
not
helps.
doing that. You know,
he's not doing that, bro. So how much is Isaac?
if you want to get him with Newcastle getting UCL football and a trophy,
Hold on. Say 130.
130, 120. He's not 100 million. He's more than that, at least.
He's 130 to 140. That's what I've heard.
It's gotta be 200, bro. They don't need the money, bro. Come on.
Yeah,
No. That's what I said. Newcastle are in the Champions League. Yeah. Are they going to sell him for 140, knowing that you're in the Champions League?
Yeah, their PSL problems are also solved, so they don't need the money anyway.
He ain't going nowhere,
Newcastle
bro. They're not
look
selling
to
him.
reinvest their squad and try and build a team that can win the league with Isak.
Yeah, I do really like the look of Ekitike. Like,
no, but so sorry. I think so hold on. Apparently, Nunes to Napoli is done.
Yes.
Yo. Huh?
What?
He's not even washed, bro.
He's bowling in that shit league.
Have up! I dare you. If he scores,
Casey, Casey. Casey, I will join you. Casey, I will join you, and Casey, I will apologize. If Nunes drops 20 plus, Casey, I'm with you. Casey, I will be with you, Casey.
Nunes, De Bruyne, Billy Gilmore, McTominay, Philip Billing.
What's wrong with this league? No. What's wrong with this league? What's wrong with Conte? What's wrong with these people?
No. HH, have you not seen any of the big strike onto? Wait, have you not seen any of the big strike onto Serie A now?
Oh, who?
Have a guess who's the Fiorentina striker now for next season?
Dzeko.
How old is he?
He's come back.
He went back.
38.
He went back.
City cult hero.
I'm telling you, this league. No, I've already told you. You just like being stubborn. That's your problem. This league is finished, bro.
Yeah, guys, I think that the league is cool.
Wait, HH, have you seen who the Fiorentina manager is as well?
You want to know? You want to know when it was obvious it was finished? When it started.
It's Pioli. He's come back from Saudi.
No, guys. This is the biggest fall-off of a league of all time. Of all time.
What should have been clear to you is
and apparently Garnacho wants to go Napoli as well.
Wait. KJ, what's it? KJ.
When we sold bums like Giroud, Loftus-Cheek, and Pulisic to that league, and they started getting double-digit goals and assists and
KJ, they called him
Serie A midfielder of the year and the shouts. You should have known. It was obvious.
I heard
Conte actually wants
I heard the term Pirlo and what's the bum you sold them?
Kaka.
No.
Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah, I heard the term
English Kaka.
Loftus-Cheek in the same sentence.
Yes, English Kaka. Have you seen who else are going to Napoli as well?
Are Nunes and Lukaku gonna play together? Lukaku.
Undisputed. You know who else is joining Napoli as well? Scamcho.
Nunes.
Yeah. Conte's currently deciding on who the left wing will be out of Sancho, Grealish, and Garnacho.
You guys,
Serie A is.
You guys are getting Garnacho. You know that, right?
No, he's going to Napoli.
No, Stanislav told me.
He's going to Napoli. Wait, Casey. So is Nico Williams done, or Deco's having cold feet?
Apparently, the fight bastard should pay the fees by the next week.
Whoa, Casey.
Hold on. Wait, Casey. Is it true that Ivan Perisic wants to join Barca?
Yes. Yeah, but I don't think like that's the issue though.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't.
Perisic still plays in 2025.
Yeah. Bro, he's a decent bench.
AJ, you know he outscored Madueke last season. You know he outscored Chicken Alonso last season.
KJ, do you know that I don't know who you're talking about? I don't know who Madueke is, bro.
He outscored Chicken Alonso last season. Check the numbers.
And he won the Eredivisie. He won the Eredivisie as well. He won the league title.
So okay. Abdallah, thoughts on Reinders and Cherky?
Great signings, man. Great signings. I'm so happy.
Abdallah, what did Cherky do today?
All right, come on. It's his first game, man. Relax, man. Are we already on him? Come on, he's only what 40 million euros.
Haters gotta hate, man.
So
okay, but do you think that these guys are going to be? So
yeah,
do you see them being a success this first season, or do you think they'll need time to readjust to EPL?
I can already see Johnny Reinders is going to cook instantly. Maybe Cherky might have to settle in. I don't know, but I think it's not fair to. But I think Reinders is going to cook instantly going to cook. And like I'm not worried at all for him, in my opinion.
So if you're saying Cherky doesn't cook, isn't that problematic? How important is Cherky this season for him to work? I don't think Cherky is that important.
Not essential. I think we have Echeverri, the Brazilian.
True. Yeah.
So we have him, and we have Foden as well. But it remains to be seen if he's going to get back to his best. So yeah, I'm not really worried.
Wait. How many kids does he have now, and how many is he expecting? Foden?
Three kids. He has
three kids. Okay. And how old is he?
I'm jealous.
What, me?
You know
me or him?
Madison's
me or AJ? Me or AJ? I'll be honest. Me or AJ?
Wait, hold up. Put the private life away. So basically, you feel that okay, wait. What other signings are City going to make, or are you done drilling oil? Or are you going to drill people?
Livramento.
So
wait. How much have you spent?
So you're talking. How much have you spent? How much have you spent?
Livramento will be 80 million.
Spent 105.
Livramento's going
That's
to
it. Wait, you spent more than 105. Stop. You spent more than 105.
No, they have
105. What are you missing? You're going to spend 80 million on a right back.
Yeah, they're going to spend 80 million on
He's going to be the most
I don't
expensive
know
fullback ever.
because
He's
let's
going
be
to be the
honest,
most expensive fullback ever.
Newcastle don't need to sell.
Wait, hold up, Abdallah, wait a second.
Newcastle don't need to sell, so I don't know if he's gonna go. By the way, Hamza, I said Argentinian.
I think you said Brazilian.
We can always rewind.
Did I say Brazilian? Okay, my bad, but I know he's Argentinian. I know he's Argentinian. But I'm also I think
no, I'm not bringing on for Fadil's comments, bro. I'm not. No. So Abdullah, what is it?
Depending on the outgoings, there's rumors of Diogo Costa from Porto as the goalkeeping replacement for.
What the fuck is City doing, man? That's not like a whole different team.
No, because Edison's heading is in Saudi.
No, come on, guys. Let's be real. After I cooked Lep last season and him scratching himself,
he was always going to come back like this.
Moneymates, I'm sure. I'm actually not even impressed. I was expecting 8 more signings.
Why are you talking? No, I don't get it. Why are you talking? Why are you
talking? You're the one.
No, guys, I told you. Pep is getting in a new team. Bro, what's it? Pep, Landers, and Carlo Toure. Everything's coming. He's getting a new coach, new team, everything like that. And bro, that guy's overweight, bro. Seriously.
You know what the initiation? You know how every single club has an initiation song. You know what's the initiation song for Colo Torre? Colo Torre. Yeah.
Drop it, twin.
The iconic song. The iconic. Colo. I said Colo, not Carlo. I said Colo.
No, HH said Carlo Torre. HH said Carlo Torre.
I said Colo. Come on.
Okay, wait. Okay, so wait, quick, hold on.
Just quick question.
Moneymates, I'm hearing that Tesco is all but confirmed.
Yeah, I was going to bet you're not making top 4 next year.
We're agreeing personal terms. KJ. Now that top 5 is England's spot, I'm at least safe for another season.
This guy, man, fair enough.
So this guy is really going to get Tesco. This is a striker.
HH.
Yeah, man.
It's a vibe season. Next season, it's vibes. I already know how next season's gonna go. Put the 4th place in the bag. FA Cup 4th round
I do not go
exit.
to the mosque like this, by the way.
So okay, let me ask you this one: if Arsenal are trophyless next season, do you still think Arteta stays somehow?
No, you need a fullback at that time.
Wait, hold on. Money miss.
You know, at this point, I don't even care anymore. Like, every season, I keep hearing there's standards, the standards to win the league, the standards to do this. There are no standards because real standards come with consequences. So therefore, if there were actual standards at the club, this guy would have been sacked at the end of the 23.
But let's face, bro. You're going to get out to a great start next season at least.
No, they're not.
Have you seen the first 6 games?
They're not doing shit next year. I'm telling you, they're not doing shit next year. They're not making top.
No. I mean the opening game, because opening game is United. So,
have you seen the first 6 games?
Money,
the first 6 games could get him sacked. The first 6 games could get him sacked. I'm being serious.
How many draws do you have in the league this year? How many draws do you have in the league this year? You won like what,
14,
2 more games?
15.
HS, they won 2 more games than our bum-ass team this season with Nico Jackson up front. I hope you know that.
We'll probably finish top 4 because Newcastle don't manage UCL and Prem football well from the last time.
But they're getting knocked out by Christmas. They're getting knocked out by Christmas, so they'll have the momentum. Let's be real. They're getting knocked out by
Christmas.
First time for everything.
All right.
Oh wow! So United, Leeds, Liverpool, Forest, City, Newcastle.
How many wins? How many wins are those?
Out of the first 6
no. They'll beat Leeds.
In my mind,
they'll beat Forest. No. Yeah, no, actually no. They'll beat United. They'll beat Leeds. They'll beat Forest. They're the ones.
You sure they'll beat United? Yeah. Okay.
In my mind,
wait. Who are United buying? And who have they bought so far?
Okay, bro.
Only Cunha.
Well, actually, yeah. They got Cunha.
Listen, in my mind, I'm thinking
they're probably gonna get Mbeumo.
We'll probably get 8 or 9 points from the first 6 games, but in my dream reality, we get 3 points from the first 6 games. Mikel Arteta gets sacked, and we've got 32 more games.
So Zubimendi is signed.
Or not pretty much, unless he decides to go stay in the Sociedad Mountains and do a last minute like he did to Liverpool, then I don't know. But like, he's pretty much confirmed. Tesco's gonna be inbound at the carpet. So the front 3 next season is going to
be. I heard Terry Flowers told me you guys are favorites for Gyökeres now. Well, what happened to that?
No, the thing is that Andrea Berta.
Make up Facebook.
The thing is, Andrea Berta negotiated the Sesko and the Gyökeres deal. He negotiated both of them. Both players want to join. So now, simply, it came down to a decision of who the manager wants, and the manager decided on Tesco. So we're getting Tesco.
Yeah. I think he still has. He still wants Havertz as the
human trafficking.
Money mace. Is this club car price?
Are you
getting Benjamin Tesco for club card price?
No, we're getting full price. We don't have the club card. We're going to pay 85 million.
Okay. Chelsea. Why are we? Why are we? Okay, no, KJ. Why are we still acting like Leonardo DiCaprio in the transfer market? Gittins?
You have to know this.
Wait, okay, KJ, explain DiCaprio.
You have to know this, right? Joshi rebuild the CEFA youth team that he had.
You're trying to be like City. You want to be AJ. You're trying to be like us. You're trying to be like us.
Bullshit.
No. Look at the ratings.
So wait, hold on. So
you're gonna go buy Felix Nemecha next.
You are little brother, HH. Know your place.
Yeah, the little brother. I hope you know that. Felix Nemecha is coming next summer. I hope you know that. I hope you know that.
This is the only good news I'm happy with. This is the only good news I'm happy with.
Why not?
That's only good news.
I thought he was meant to be the Ukrainian.
All those 4 players. All those 4 players played.
Wait, hold on. So KJ, are you repping the lab? Are you repping the lab?
Can he be worse than that?
That's what I said. No, KJ, that's what I said. KJ, do you rep the lab? Yes or no?
The next Harry Kane, HH.
If he helps getting Nico Jackson's work visa terminated, then yes, I'm
Jackson and Delap, crazy work.
Get Jackson's work visa terminated and get us a third striker.
Wait, is this
I know
Delap
Jackson's
then?
You're
real
not
age.
going to
I
have
know
Jackson,
Jackson's real age.
Delap, and another striker.
I know Jackson's real age. I can get the work
AJ,
visa
fill up
terminated. I know his
Luce's
real age.
comment. Fill up Luce's comment.
AJ, I know his real age. I know his real age. I can get his work visa terminated.
Fill up
I know
Luce's
his real
comment.
age.
AJ. Fill up Luce's comment. Come on.
I'm not pulling up his comment, bro. I'm not pulling up his comment, bro.
Hold on, and wait, the wing, HH, the winger that you guys are in for is Bino Gittins.
Bro,
Another
we're building
City
City's
academy.
FAU team,
Almost
man.
said,
I
always
told
the
you.
academy player.
No, but okay, but do you know why I find so like, why?
You know, if you actually had a good window, you could have challenged for the league this season. Not now.
No. But what I find so is that what is our obsession with just getting these youngsters? Why? Literally, it's like anything above 2022 is like basically it literally is DiCaprio.
Resale value.
Stroke Fatty Vasquez.
Resale value. Do you not know this? Do you not know what resale value means, HH?
Oh no. But I don't know trophy though. What about trophy?
Huh?
What about that? What about getting players help us with a trophy? What about that?
You have American owners and you think trophy is the language they speak? Really? Have you been here before? Really? Are we doing this? Is that what we're doing right now? And they just want a trophy. They just want a trophy, so they're happy for next year. By the way, they want a bum ass. They completed the set, so they were happy with that. They completed the set, so they were happy with that.
Question. So
yeah, Obiora, go for it. Obiora, go for it.
Wait. I need to be clear. Wait, so if Osimhen was asking for not as high of a wage as he's asking, like 300K plus, you guys would have him, right? Like you guys would have went for him. So because agents Obi Mikel was working on it.
Please get Osimhen, please. Please.
The Seaman.
I don't know. Wait, Casey. I don't know why I say please. If it's between Osimhen and the Senegalese Mike Jackson and freaking Delap from down the road, it's like
yeah. Get Alti, have Alti.
Like what was that? Leah Delap, really?
You want to know some interesting news today? HH, one of our part owners is about to buy the entirety of the Lakers. Mark Walter, the guy who owns the Dodgers, he's about to buy the entirety of the Lakers. So let's see if part of Bowley's focus is still on Chelsea going forward, because I wouldn't be surprised if they win off HH. I'll be honest. I think Champions League is really good enough for these guys, honestly.
Osimhen, don't go to Serie.
Yeah, come to Juve. Come to.
So don't do
Wait, what? You can't just say come to Juve like you're Man City fan.
Abdullah, are you a Juve fan? I thought you were a City.
Yeah, I'm a Juve fan.
Nah, he supports 18. He supports teams.
Casey,
I'm not even going to bother dropping the brick, bro.
No, Casey's got a whole portfolio.
You're really going to go into next season, and your front four is going to be Palmer, Madueke, Gittins, and
Delap. Wait, hold on. Madueke is leaving, bro. What are we talking about Madueke? The guy's leaving.
Where is he going?
I don't care where he's going. He can go to the freaking moon. Madueke and Scamcho, they're leaving. They're out. Wait. Hold up. Hold up. Mames, you do know that I vow to thee my country is going to be our star signing for next summer.
There's space for Madueke.
Wait, did you just think of the pitch against
who's going to start going into this season? Because Esteban's joining 26, right?
The Colo and Cardinho.
There's space for Madueke at Kaiser Chiefs, man. Like, let him just go there. Like, don't give him the chance to stay in England. Like, let him go to Kaiser Chiefs. I reckon he could double step out in that league. I'm not 100% sure. Or Cano Pillars or something like that. But don't let him stay.
But I want to be very wet now.
RDS, man.
I don't want to see Delap anywhere near. Anyway, he's already out there.
I saw him. I saw him. He got an assist also.
Goat, man.
HH is the next Harry Kane.
He's not
better than Harry Kane. He's going to be
KJ,
better.
Who signed off on Delap? Who?
Wait,
hold on. KJ, how do you see Gyökeres, Osimhen, and you go for a guy from Ipswich? Ipswich striker?
Can I speak on this?
Which team does
Streets. Get LD9 trending in the chat. LD9.
Yeah,
Can I speak on this?
Eke, go for it.
I respect the lap. It will surprise
Wait, HH, do you say something about lap dance?
Lap dance. We're talking about.
Transfer news.
Roy the lap seed.
I want to speak on the previous talk. JS.
So hey, hold up, Eke, you gotta talk on it, bro, because you are his main thing. So talk on it.
Nah.
Wait, HH, can you ring up the chat?
No, I'm not bringing the chat. JS was right.
LD9's going.
Eke, go for it. Eke.
So I couldn't watch either game because I was at like meetings all day, so I couldn't watch either game. So, but I heard that Turkey was garbage. I also apparently the Ancelotti
Yes,
gang
guys, get it trending.
the Ancelotti gang go after me too because Real Madrid did not win their first game under Xabi Alonso.
AK, you're getting attacked, bro.
So
because AK, if Alonso gets sacked by Christmas, you know that you have to literally go to Carlo Ancelotti and give him a back rub. Pause.
So first of all,
you like giving old men back rubs?
Today I feel gay.
He continue.
Yeah. So first of all,
HH, is that you at the time massage?
AK, continue.
So yeah.
AK, talk. I'll meet them. Right. AK, continue.
I wanna shout out LD9, man. Shout out to him, the greatest white British striker to ever exist. True Brexit, by the way. On City.
AK, stop it.
On Turkey. Here's the thing, HH. I'm not taking any tournament where Phil Foden scores a goal and gets an assist seriously.
And he's named as the Superior Adolf Player of the Year.
So shout out to him.
Superior Adolf Player of the Match. Continue.
You say Adolf?
To be fair,
okay, no. Sorry, AK, pause. Why is it called Superior Player of the Match? What does Superior remind you of? Infantino, you're not beating the allegations. AK, continue. Sorry, AK.
Americans
AK,
like to be different.
yeah. So
AK.
although I did
I feel German.
I did want City to win big because my family is a Raja Casablanca fan, and we dad in Raja Casablanca.
So AK, before we go, AK. So there was like a street market near me, food market and everything. I went around everything, and I saw Moroccan food. I was like, hey,
yeah, good.
I went there and well, you know what, AK, not bad. Like I basically, I don't know what's called. It's like this sliced up like steak beef with some salads and some rice and stuff. Not bad.
Can you eat that at your age? Can you afford to eat that at your age?
Yeah, can I continue on this?
Yes, continue.
Wait, KJ, he says from the street market.
I'm going to start meeting, guys. Sorry. AK, continue.
Yeah, I mean, on Turkey, man. You know, it's only the first
beef
game.
Jerky.
It's only the first game. They came out in the droves to hate. I don't know why, but it's only the first game. Let's see how it goes. And on Xabi Alonso, I would implore the Ancelotti merchants to look at what crap Ancelotti is serving up with Brazil. 0-0 in the first game against Ecuador, 1-0 in the second game against Paraguay.
Paraguay's a tough team.
They can't build out from the back. He's still playing washed up Casemiro. So please don't come to me talking about Ancelotti because that guy's finished. Thank you.
Jesus.
And finally, on the on transfers, I can't lie, HH. Shout out to the lap, but Malik Fofana is actually a good talent that you're getting. He's actually a good player. Like, he's not the finished article, but he is definitely better than the dual rapper you have on the left wing. So yeah. So
AK, do you see Strasbourg in his future?
I mean, they are better than Chelsea, so I wouldn't.
They are better wingers. They are better wingers than Chukwunoso. What do you mean? Strasbourg?
They do, man.
They are better wingers than him.
So shout out to your boy, Gatlock, man. Second place, 80 points. UCL semis, FA Cup final, Karabuki final. He stays. # progress. Chelsea, I'm not even gonna say that, bro. I'm not even gonna say that. Oh look. Okay. So you say that if Arsenal end up trophyless, second place 8 points, he stays.
100% because he has his contract.
He'll make a UCL final and stay. Watch. He'll make a UCL final and stay.
Wait, HH, are you saying they're 4-peat in the second place?
What is it?
They're doing a 4-peat of the second place.
Yes. Oh, no, come. Stop it. A 4-piece of second place is a 3-piece is bad enough. Like the fact that Arteta is still around when you've done a 3-piece of second is crazy. A 4-piece of second place. I remember Arteta said that. Arteta said he has goosebumps for this coming season. He said he has goosebumps.
Apparently, if Arsenal don't get Rodrigo or Nico Williams, the third choice is Garnacho.
Let's go, top player.
Jesus. On that note, guys, I'll see you guys on the weekend, guys. One love, peace out.